We have fun.
Do we?
I do.
Okay, see.
Okay, so I think the stream is ready to go. Tony and I discussed it. I think we concluded we would stream this for members, but not publicly.
Okay.
Just because.
Reasonable to people.
Just because.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
reasonable.
we can. Yeah.
If people wanted to veto that is totally, That's,
I can turn off a lot of shit if we are not streaming this.
Yeah. I mean, so you're not compelled to do anything that you don't want to do. So.
Unless you have been compelled by magic spells.
Your characters can be compelled to do all kinds of stuff. The players, nothing. I can't control you people.
That is very obvious.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure the audio is working. That's the one question.
That is the first thing that people tend to point out is they can't hear us.
Oh, this may be live.
Still
too.
have the
What
dumbest
happened?
mic setup.
Oh, God, I hate this setup sometimes. Hi, possibly live stream. I don't know if anyone's there. I think it's just me watching right now, honestly. But
I'm there
hold
too.
on. Oh, can you? All right.
There's one watching now.
Oh no, I didn't charge my headphones. And
Oh,
so
dear.
now my lights aren't going to come on.
Oh no.
It means I'm not
The
gonna be
podcast is
lucky.
ruined.
No, my rolls are ruined. Gonna roll terribly now. But that's fine.
I don't even remember what I can do. I need to. Whoa, they changed the character sheets a little. Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
I don't like
everything's-
change.
Audio is working good because I could hear Kathy talking about not charging her headphones again.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we are live. I just don't think anybody's watching because we haven't posted the link anywhere.
Right,
Okay.
nobody knows where it is.
Nobody
So,
knows. This is all bootleg, though. Hi, bootleg.
hi,
Oh,
bootleg.
Might as well hit record.
Why was that Western?
Bootleg.
Hey!
So glad you're back.
Howdy,
Howdy.
bootleg.
I know.
Welcome, bootleg.
I gotta skip my bootleg.
I haven't seen you guys in feels like a couple of weeks. Thanks for coming by.
My beard today is very orange, though.
Ooh, it's kind of
Orange
pink.
beard.
It's a
On
little pink. It's
camera.
yeah, you gotta get the light on
Rose
it there.
gold.
But it's,
What is that?
It's a blood orange wheat
Oh,
from a local
okay.
place.
Sure.
Nice.
I have
pretty
an
good.
orange creamsicle that's chilling right now.
Ooh.
Have you ever, I don't know, you haven't been to San Diego in a while, but
been a while.
there's a brewery here called Mother Earth that makes something called Cali Creamin', which tastes almost exactly like cream soda.
That's
And
amazing.
then they released one with orange infused in it, so it tastes like an orange creamsicle. It's really, really good.
That sounds delicious. I want that now.
Yum.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah,
Going to San Diego.
we're swapping to a beard podcast instead.
Beer cast.
Beard podcast?
That's right.
I mean,
All beards all the time.
yeah.
Somebody remind me where I go to see the map.
Roll.
Roll 20. You
Roll
are
20.
actually still logged in one of your tabs, guy.
Yeah, I can see you on
Okay.
the list there.
That is a problem for me. Also, I
Dan,
only have 2 windows open in Safari right now, so I don't.
It might be in Chrome. I think it works better in Chrome.
do you want to post the link in the Slack
Yep.
that you said in the tweet?
I didn't say a tweet. I just put it in our Slack.
Okay,
right?
well, somebody sent a tweet that says check the Slack for the live stream
Oh,
link.
okay.
That was me. That was
Okay.
me.
But
Dan
there's
and I
no,
have
there's no
a
link in Slack.
yeah. Dan and I have a perfect teamwork thing where we don't tell each other what we're doing, and everyone is surprised. It adds a playfulness to the chaos that is our cooperation.
Are there dice rolls involved?
Always.
Dan, do you see that box under your desk? The one that's
Oh my
hissing?
God.
Open it now.
No, not again.
Oh,
Not the
Surprise! Sunday snakes.
No,
No.
it's the worst.
Sunday snakes.
Oh, good. Everybody got on the bootleg got to see my screen there because I keep forgetting that I can't switch to my Slack view without it messing up everything.
Is
So
that our
enjoy
Tuesday night?
Tuesday night.
Right.
Tuesday night is just
Snakes,
Tuesday night. Sunday snakes. There's no snakes in this adventure unless there are.
Tony's really raised the snakes in our relationship.
Oh,
my
God.
no.
Let me just confirm. This is our third session in Rosethorn. You are not right at the end, in case you haven't already inferred that. So I wanted to check how long do people want to play today. You're allowed to revise your answer later in the session when you are.
That's our show
fed
for
up
tonight,
with us.
everybody.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We may or may not finish depending on the answer. Not finishing is not a bad thing. It just means more scheduling.
Which is
I
a bad
can
thing.
play for however long.
Forever.
Forever.
I think
Let us,
any later than 7 would probably be too late. So
Okay.
Somewhere in the 6th
That
grade
is
to 7th grade.
4 hours from now.
Yeah.
Anyone
Polish
want
off this mini adventure.
anyone want to do a different bid other than 4 hours?
4
That is a-
hours is long.
4 hours is long.
Yeah.
I promise you.
401.
It's not Price's Right rules, Steve.
$1.
Yeah, I
I
think
will,
we're
over.
I will warn you now. After about an hour and a half, I start cracking even stupider jokes. So
guy. That's
Awesome.
just so
That's a
you're
feature.
just so
Can we
you're
just
aware.
jump
Yeah,
to an
that's
hour and a half in?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Biff runs for an hour and a half, and you're usually well on your way by the
For
end of that
reasons.
show.
So
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm waiting for the next hour before I have my first beer.
I think Mike is going to say something important.
so hour, break, hour, and then we
Then
talk
we'll
at the end of
reassess.
that hour.
Yeah,
All
I think
right,
that's
sounds good.
best.
Excellent. So we're committed to 2 hours. We may play a third depending on how people are doing.
Sure. Yeah,
Which is
thanks.
basically ends up being about 3.5 hours with breaks and shenanigans and technology.
Shenanigans? When does that ever happen?
No shenanigans today. We're gonna be shenanigan free.
Okay,
Nope.
every time someone says no shenanigans, there are shenanigans.
Oh yeah,
so
that
we
was the
should
point.
not even say it.
Yeah.
I was trying to make sure there are shenanigans, Micah. Come on.
Oh, I see.
I'm trying to figure out what character class is a character that would be called shenanigan. So
Oh, that's a good idea.
yeah, like are they like a bugbear bard or something?
Yeah, I was
Definitely a bard.
definitely a bard.
Yeah, totally barred.
I
Yeah.
could see like a gnome.
Oh, I'm shenanigans.
No, I'm
I
thinking,
have a vaguely Celtic accent.
I'm thinking a female barbarian named She-Nanigan.
Oh, shenanigan.
Ooh, that could work too.
You've also got He-Nanigan, but he sometimes turns into a prince.
Mm.
By the
Yeah,
power
I
of
never cared for
Grayskull.
I never cared for He-Nanigan, so
Yeah.
I thought his castle was good, but I thought his action figures. I don't know.
I've
They
told
didn't
this
do
story
anything
before,
for
but
me.
it remains
My
intact
cousin
that when
Anakin.
I was a kid, whenever I was overreacting something, my father would say, "Goodness, Grayskull," and then years later, I used to like, "Dad, do you even remember where that came from?" He's like, "What? I don't know." You used to make fun of me watching He-Man all the time. Like, oh, I don't remember
Dad-
that at all.
Dan, I'm just going to ask you a question,
Yo.
and I don't want you to think about this for more than a moment. Is your dad secretly Captain Haddock? Answer the
Absolutely.
question.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So not secretly.
Yeah, not so secretly. He gave him a captain's hat, and basically, yes.
All right. Are we, Dan? Are we
This has all been
technologically
live.
playing?
This has all been live. Hi.
Oh no!
My live stream.
Is anyone watching?
Well, that's
I
a
mean, it
different
says
question.
5.
5 viewers. One of
It's
them may
just
be me.
us.
I have the.
Is
What
that
is
that
me?
you? One is Kathy. One is you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much that.
And then
Thank
we've
God we
got
limited
Guy
it
and
only to
Micah
the members,
and
because
Aline.
We don't want to overflow the YouTube channel.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Got to make sure their servers are upgraded.
Should I start playing Dungeons and Dragons, or is there other
That's
stuff? to
that's.
I mean, you can.
You know what? Do follow your heart, Tony.
do? Hold on.
Follow your nanigans.
Don't
Hey,
follow your
Winning.
dice.
Um,
Wow.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a dungeon master. We are continuing one of our mini adventures today. We are playing the mini adventure Rosethorn, or as you may remember it, the one with the goblins. Joining me is an intrepid crew of six players, some returning, some newish, all characters. I guess no, some of them are returning too. Never mind. Pay no attention to that. Everything is great. We are playing this on a Sunday. It is time for Dungeons and Dragons. Allow me to introduce our players. They will introduce their characters, and then I will do a quick recap. First up, it's Guy English. Hi, Guy.
Hey, I'm playing Oli McRegent, a male human archer who shoots arrows, obviously. being an
Indeed, he
archer.
does.
In the way
Yeah.
of archers.
We hope.
Next up, it's Kathy Campbell. Hi, Kathy.
Hi, I play Thamia, a Goliath fighter.
Also joining us, Dan Morin.
Hello, I am playing Qeris, a level 3 bard.
Also joining us, Aline Sims.
Hi, I am Lee, the Air Genasi monk.
Next up, it's Micah Sargent.
I play Linnell, the half-elf warlock.
And last but not least, it's Steve Lutz.
Hey Tony, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good to hear. I'm doing all right. And today I will be playing a halfling monk who goes by the name of Diendo.
Diendo Fat Rabbit,
Mhm.
my favorite halfling monk and so far the only halfling monk I've met. All right, let us recap what we have been doing in this adventure known as Rosethorn, because it's been a little while for our players. You have been in and around the town of White Sparrow, as you do in these mini adventures, and there are some strange things happening in White Sparrow, as happens in the mini adventures. We don't release the episodes when nothing happens. There are some strange things happening. No, there are some strange things happening with goblins launching particularly strategic attacks on caravans going to and from the town of White Sparrow. The town of White Sparrow has responded by employing the Lion Roar Caravan Guard Company. That does not seem to have helped at all, and goblin attacks have increased. The goblin attacks are very strange in terms of how strategic, bloodless, and effective they are. Many goods have been looted, but basically very few injuries or casualties in these attacks.
Except for all the bear traps.
You interrupted. Yes, the goblins seem to plant traps in the woods near some of their attacks. You've been in the town of White Sparrow for a little while investigating it. You've talked to some merchants. You've talked to some people around town. You ended up at a location where you were tracking a strange elf who'd been hanging around in White Sparrow. That location was the Ivy Church. The elf Illindur had also been theoretically helping deal with the caravans, but not very effectively as far as you can tell, and you interrupted a meeting between Illindur and a rather large group of goblins. The goblins have been, for the most part, dispatched, save for their leader, one Wiggletoes, who has been taken alive. So now we reach the important part of any D&D adventure, the interrogation of captives. There are two captives. You've got Illindur, Elven Scout, and Wiggletoes, Goblin ranking officer. Goblin. I would suggest that probably you want to question them separately. And so that means that half of you need to question Wiggletoes, while the other half questions Illindur. And and then you can meet up afterwards. But I think I would like you to split the party for conversational purposes. I'm just going to do an aside here. One of the things that's sometimes weird in Dungeons and Dragons, this comes up in other things, video games, TV, movie, is the capturing of people and sometimes torture of them, which I always find a kind of unfortunate trope in these, because the players never accidentally torture someone. Well, okay, I shouldn't say never. Usually don't torture someone who has no information. Usually the outcomes of torture are fine for the plot, but it is kind of a weird thing in Dungeons and Dragons where they're like, torture, not a big deal. I'm just saying this because I'm thinking of all the characters.
You keep coming back.
Well, Dan more personally has tortured a lot of people. Wait, sorry. Law enforcement officers. Dan's characters, which he embodies, have tortured a lot of real people. No, Dan has
and his puns. Don't forget the puns.
It's a form of torture, that's for sure.
Yes.
Fictional characters that Dan controls have tortured other fictional characters.
Puns are fictional
that I also
characters,
control?
each and every one of them.
Wow, this is going. We're going downhill real fast.
Yeah, he's watched a lot of Arrow. It's not really his fault.
Yeah, that guy used to have that guy used to have a face, is what I'm saying.
Since I'm currently clinging to Illindur,
it does seem like
him at the end of the previous.
Are you sitting on him?
I jumped onto his back and grappled him at the end of the previous session. So
yeah.
I'm still up there, although he has surrendered.
Yeah.
So I feel like I will stick with Illindur for now.
All right. So Diendo is committed to hanging out with Illindur. They've been acquainted. I'm just gonna remove the dead marker from Wiggletoes.
Lee is also there. I think she's probably got him about the knees, or
but it's up to you. So I would like you to decide. Three of you get to talk to each person.
Sorry,
I'm talking to Wiggletoes.
Quick technical question.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you know what? Never mind. The map is this. I was on the wrong map. It's the same map. It was just over. Never mind. Everything's great. Sorry, live stream. You were looking at an old map.
That's okay. For this map, I have one big map with sections of it revealed. We are in the top right corner. Anyone who is scrolling around that map, and the map's not super important right now, except I thought it'd be a
enjoy that bootleg. We're taking it out.
Visually organized tokens. Dan, you weren't in the Curse of Strahd map, were you?
Shocktober.
Surprise!
Trader Alpha.
Vampires for everybody.
Yes.
All right. So, Linnell, you've got questions for Wiggletoes.
It seems like we're really handily divided right now on the map anyway,
Yeah.
so I'll just
Yeah.
join the Thamia and Linnell talking to Wiggletoes.
Yeah,
All right.
I love that plan, except that puts me and Diendo.
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, I like you're now aware of the challenges of that
I'm
team.
go-
Of mine.
I-
Is
not
Lee,
like
does that
an
make Lee
optimal.
the
I'm over
adult
here.
supervision?
I'm
Yeah.
over here.
That's
Ollie,
good.
you
No, we'll
can
play
talk
dumb
to
cop, dumb cop.
Wiggletoes.
Yeah.
Dumb cop, and exasperated Aaron Janasi. The classic Wednesdays on NBC. We don't put
funny
any money
trio.
into dating stuff anymore.
Yeah, it's the sequel to Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza
Yeah.
Place.
Yeah. There's a reason I'm not in charge of network television. I mean, there's like 7 reasons.
That's just the latest one.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
goodness.
Does anyone particularly want? These will be happening simultaneously. I will ask you to respect that. You can't jump into a conversation that you are not present for.
Oh, I think you can.
And anyone feel like they want to go first?
Since I'm hanging off of Ilindar and he has just surrendered,
All right. So Ilindar,
Conversational initiative.
yes,
I will continue to hang on Ilindar throughout this conversation.
Yes.
Just because.
Diendo, you are sitting on Ilindar. He is he's a good deal taller than you, but he's an elf. He's willowy.
Sure.
And he seems a little taken aback by this. I imagine maybe Lee or Ollie has liberated him of his weapons and equipment, and he's just kind of looking at you. I don't know if he can physically cross his arms at this point because a halfling monk is sitting on him, but he's trying to.
What before we start questioning, just for my own brain download memory purposes, what do we know of Illinder so far? Just that he's an elf who seems
We know
to be
he's
in cahoots with
been-
goblins.
We know he's been either receiving or bringing in payment to the Lion Roar organization,
Okay.
and that there are several guards on the payroll who've been making twice as much as the other guards, which seems like they are likely the ones who are in on letting the goblins come and raid the caravans. So yeah, there were payments being made either from or to an eye in the ledger that we found at Lion Roar. And we are
That's
assuming that that's Ilindar, especially since now that he's met with a bunch of goblins, it seems even more likely.
Okay. And we've been looking for him. We couldn't find him, right?
Yeah, we came earlier to the Ivy Church and no one was there, and
Right.
I replaced his go bag contents with some rocks,
That's right.
which he's carrying with him now.
That's
Um,
right.
But then we came back after we heard from one of the merchants in town, I believe Stephen Merchant,
That's right. That's right.
that he had seen the elf and he was hightailing it out of town, so we followed him. And we came
Thanks.
upon this big mess.
We laid a clever trap. Clever-ish trap.
And I forget, one of you did discover his go bag of equipment hidden in the Ivy Church,
Yes.
which I think you
Yeah.
left there.
We
No,
filled
we-
with- we filled with
I
rock-
replaced the
rocks.
contents
Filled
with
with
rocks.
rocks.
And,
Oh,
and
okay.
We've
threw
replaced
all
his
of the
go
important
bag
stuff
with
out back.
rocks. Let's see if he notices the difference.
He didn't. He picked it up and ran with it.
All right. So, is your memory jogged? Are you ready?
Yeah,
to...
that helps. Thank you.
All right. Do you have any plan going into this interrogation? He says, painful.
Tony, how long have you been DMing with us?
I think the impressive thing about me as a person is that I still have hopes.
And dreams. Don't forget the dreams.
No, I don't have dreams. Let's be honest. But I still have hopes. For
Aw.
some reason, somewhere, somehow, I have hopes. All right. So, Ilindar is being sat on by a monk, and he looks up at you and says, "Look, chaps, I don't want any trouble here."
Well, you've got it. The jig is up, Ilindar. We know about
I agree.
we know about your deal with Lion Roar. Now, who's
I-
behind all of this?
Not me, that's for sure.
Then
Okay,
who
Well,
is it?
questions answered. I guess we're done here.
Look, I'm just a bag man. I move money from one place to another place. It's, I was hard up for cash. I needed it. I saw an opportunity. Look, who among you wouldn't sell out this stupid town for a quick payment of gold?
Me?
Only
what
the
was-
Endo.
He looks at the others around him. So as a reminder, it's Lee, Linnell, and Diendo crowded around Illender.
So, what was your arrangement? Like, how much gold did you get? Who got it to you?
Look, I bring intelligence about where the caravans are going to be to the goblins. They cut me in for a take of whatever they take. I make sure that the guards are paid off so that no one gets hurt. It's really quite simple. This is a victimless crime here. No one, in fact, you are murderers. You murdered like 10 goblins. No one has been getting hurt for weeks with this operation.
What about? Oh, I can't talk in this conversation.
Yeah, the merchants
had
that you've
your
stolen
chance,
from
guy.
might disagree with that.
I assume it's all insured.
Oh, let's investigate insurance schemes in
D&D.
this world.
Ooh.
No one ever signs up for my white collar D&D adventures. Bring your spreadsheets.
Oh God.
So if you're not
Look.
the one running the show, then who is?
It's Rosethorn. He's the head of the goblins. He's the smartest goblin I've ever met. He knows what he's doing. He's got a pretty good operation working out here. You are mucking it all up. Look, we can talk to him. He can probably cut you in. You could get a nice fat payday out of this. I'm sure he'll generously compensate you to leave town and speak no more of this. I'm sure you seem reasonable, he says to the halfling sitting on him.
I think Linnell. So Linnell can cast disguise self at will. Linnell wants his eyes to go milky white completely as he stares into Illender's eyes, and then using his ability to speak directly into the mind, he says, "Are you lying to us?"
Wow.
Oh, he sounds like a bear.
He does sound a little bear-like.
You might still be in goblin form, to be honest.
Referencing knowledge.
Are you like a milky-eyed goblin right now?
No,
'Cause
I changed back.
Oh, okay.
Linnell, would you like to make is that a persuasion or an intimidate?
I'm gonna
Probably
call
it's intimidate.
that persuasion check because I
All right.
have I have proficiency in persuasion.
That is the classic way that people decide what skill it is used, is which skill do they have opponents
That's right.
in,
Yep.
not which one is. How about you make an intimidation check, but with advantage?
I'll do that. All right, so here's the first roll, and here's the second roll. Oh God, 8 is not
Oh,
great.
He's not enough either.
Hmm.
that's okay. Get these bad rolls out of the way now.
True.
Yep.
I would
Yeah, but
never
my
lie
life
to
is
you,
filled
he
with love,
says.
Dan. It's
I would
good.
never lie to you, he says, vomiting slightly.
Can I roll for insight?
Sure.
He would lie to you.
Yeah. Well, there's
How
truth.
about a
in-
15?
I don't know. He seems reasonably intimidated by you. It
Okay.
seems like he has been extremely forthcoming because he saw you murder a bunch of people.
That's
Gotcha.
fair.
Lee, any questions for Illender?
I don't know that there's much to get out of him. It
Yeah.
just seems like he's
Where can we find Rosethorn?
I don't know. The meetings have been here. We used to meet at a bog, but then it got changed, and so I've been meeting here. This is what I know. I come here, I take gold, sometimes I deliver gold. Look, I'm just a bagman. I'm just a messenger. Don't kill me.
So it was the bog, and now you meet here, or were there any other meeting places in between those two?
Just these two.
And who told you that the meeting place had changed? Rosethorn themselves?
Wiggle toes. Meanwhile,
Wiggle
across,
toes.
on the other side of this of the stone
Speaking
wall.
of wiggle toes,
QRS has started playing his bagpipes in
Oh
front of
my
Wiggle
God.
Toes.
torturing her. He's torturing her.
Family
Right, Tony, all along.
The Geneva Convention does not apply in White Sparrow. So Q Yaris, Thamia, and Oli are shaking down Wiggletoes, the captured goblin. Wiggletoes, I assume at this point, has been tied up, liberated of her weapons and equipment, and she is just
And serenaded.
sitting there. sitting and and loosened up with a little light bagpipe music. She is sitting there looking furious. You can see like the blood boiling on her forehead as she just frowns at all of you.
Thamia just kind of has her hand on Wiggletoes' head, and occasionally just like a friendly reminder of this gigantic head, just kind of patting her head, kind of soothingly, kind of intimidating.
Picture Thamia being like,
everything.
"Good kitty."
Yes, exactly.
Perhaps you would like to share with us what you know. I can make this bagpipe last all day.
Wiggletoes Scowlface.
Okay, Sting, whatever you say.
Tantric bagpipes.
Wiggletoes Scowlface, Vice President, Brownleaf Tribe, serial number 00002. Not getting anything else out of me.
Perhaps we could change your mind with a little convenient. Jeez. Let's see. Can I charm this person? I'm going to try to charm.
I
them.
imagine QR is like digging through his bag. We could change your mind with
a whetstone, a piece of rope, 1,000 ball bearings.
Yeah, silly hats.
I will cast Charm Person on Wiggletoes.
Oh, can you remind us the specifics of Charm Person, especially vis-a-vis, hostile character?
Is a goblin a person? Is that what you're going to ask, Tony?
You attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range and must make a wisdom saving throw, and does so with advantage if you and your companions are fighting it. We are not.
I'm going to say that this that applies.
Oh. All right. Well, if it fails the saving throw, it's charmed by me until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. Requires you as a friendly acquaintance, and when the spell ends,
I'm going to say that though you are not in combat, I mean that this is a contest of wills, Dan. So Wiggletoes is fighting you. Also, let's be honest, Wiggletoes' wisdom modifier is -1, so Wiggletoes need.
Got to beat a 13.
All right. I have rolled a critical fail and a 5.
All right. It's woven into a little bit of music, though. As I play.
Of course.
This is a little ditty I call "Charm the Goblin."
Charm the goblin.
Charm the goblin.
It just kind of trails off at that point.
I'm still workshopping.
All right. So the important thing to know about Charm, Q Yaris has successfully used the Charm Person spell on Wiggletoes the Goblin, so you don't need to skin her. Wiggletoes now regards you as a friendly acquaintance, like a work buddy. The downside of Charm is when Charm ends in 1 hour, Wiggletoes will know that you use magic to befriend her. But yeah,
it really cheapens the friendship there.
Yeah.
I thought we were friends.
She may then take action. So, for example,
she may then still be tied up.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you said go build us a house, you're only getting 1 hour of house building.
We're gonna tent. It's fine. Wiggletoes, Wiggy, if I may, please tell us a little bit more about your end of this arrangement about the caravans, because we would be fascinated to hear.
Yes.
Oh, Kyaris, I didn't recognize you at first. Are you actually? Do you look like Kyaris right now, or do you look like Goblin Kyaris?
Oh, man, that's a good question.
I think you were still a goblin.
I think I was still a goblin. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That probably makes the charm even more charming, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like
you a
you.
handsome-
I'm just a fellow
handsome
goblin.
Oh, wow. A fellow goblin. Do I have an opportunity for you? Are you new in the valley here?
Absolutely. I would love to know about the opportunities available to goblin kind.
Yeah, you should sign on with the Brownleaf Tribe. We are really up and coming here. We have been just looting the saps and White Sparrow blind.
Nice.
We have our leader, Rosethorn. He is the smartest goblin that ever lived. He is smarter than just anyone ever. He is so smart. He does magic, and he has been leading us into a new way. We used to live in a swamp. Not anymore. Now we live in a big tree.
Ooh, a tree, you say? I also think I've heard stories about tunnels that you guys have dug too. Is that?
Oh yeah, lots of tunnels. That's part of. He gives us Rosethorn very specific strategies for all of our attacks. He says the key is, you don't want to get into too long a fight, so you leave bear traps, you leave tunnels to escape under.
Wow, that sounds.
It's all methodical.
Amazing.
This you want to get in. And I'll be honest, just lost some good coworkers today. You were there. I feel like there's a lot of openings. This could be a sweet deal for you.
Oh, that
you
sounds
and your
great.
friends.
We can get in on the ground floor.
Hey, Wiggy.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that you put bear traps down in the woods?
Oh yeah. Loads.
QRS nods at Thamia like, yeah, hold him back.
Cool.
Would it be possible for you, like we've got to go back and just pick up some of our stuff that we left behind? Would you mind just like drawing us a map of how to get to this big tree?
Oh yeah, totally. Should I draw you a map, and her arms are tied behind her, so that's a little inconvenient.
I suppose we could untower her for a little.
Yeah,
while.
I untie her.
Oh yeah, thanks, friends.
And then just kind of like my hand just rests on her shoulder.
Yep. Sure, that's a little.
Just a little
weird
massage,
for
just a little.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you got some
gentle.
knots here. You got to work out.
Let's take care of you here, friend.
So Wiggletoes draws you a map. It's it's crude, but it leads the way to a surrounding forest not too far from where you are now, and specifically Wiggletoes, in crude representation of the woods, draws like a really big tree with a face on it, and she says, this is the big tree at the center of the forest. It's called the Bearded Man because it kind of looks like a bearded man. We live there now. It's great. It's way less damp than our old swamp hideout that the adventure thought you'd spend a lot of time at. Let me tell you, you should drop your eye. Rosethorn is very he's smart. I'm sure he'll find a place for you in the organization. You could get well paid. I have never been this well paid as a goblin before. Do you know how hard it is to get a job as a goblin?
I do. I tried to be
absolutely. Yeah, I tried. You guys, Ollie, Thamia, ever tried to be a goblin farmer? It is not easy.
It sounds like a very difficult work.
Do you know how many jobs as caravan guard I applied for? And 0 callbacks is what I'm saying.
I'm so sorry. You seem like such a great personality.
I know.
It's really their loss.
Joke's on them. Now I attack caravans instead of guarding them.
I see what you did there.
Now that's where the real money is.
This
It's
really
true.
feels
Literally
like
true.
an MLM pitch to me.
Yeah,
like
it
what can I
totally-
do to get you to
get
start
you-
selling Mary
Yeah.
Kay?
I need you to bring 3 of your friends and then join.
Now,
And then
this is going to really help me rank up with Rosethorn, bring 3 of you in. Now, each of you is going to need to bring in a friend and a caravan. Is that something that you're comfortable doing today?
How do you feel about Tupperware?
We should sell him a timeshare and the giant hand.
oh my gosh.
Well, this has been really illuminating. Are there any questions, Thamia, Oli, that we should be asking our good friend Wiggletoes here?
If you see Rosethorn before I do, tell him I sent you.
Oh, sure. We will definitely do that.
This is going to be a new golden age of goblins here in the valley.
A goblin age?
Yeah, goblin age.
Oh, God.
You're not there.
Oh, right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Thanks God I didn't hear that.
It was so far away, but
felt it
still,
in my
he felt it.
soul.
in his soul.
You are a bard. Your voice tends to carry.
A sonorous pun. That should be an attack.
So, or a bard name. Hello, I am Sonorous Pun.
Sonorous pun.
Oh, he's like a Warforged bard.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Cannon. All right.
Also a cannon?
Yeah, he's also a cannon. He's a warforged.
Powerful.
Yeah, he's
are there any
multi-class
other...
bard and artificer. Yeah.
So we know where they are.
D&D transformer.
We know about Rosethorn. Is there anything else that we need to know?
Just as a point of gameplay, there's no point intimidating a guy that you've
charmed. No.
there's
No.
Okay.
because I thought that was the route you were going to take, and then it turns out that QRs can magically charm someone to be, at least their friendly acquaintance.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to know. It's like if
Wiggletoes was going to be much tougher than the easily. I mean, Ellender basically like there's a halfling sitting on him, and he's like, "What do you want to know?" So,
Do we?
Okay.
What time of day is it, Tony?
I totally don't know. What time of day do you think it is, people?
We were here
I
at
was-
night.
I think it was night.
I think it was night because
Yeah.
I think you had covered.
because we could see Illendur's pipe in the darkness.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is solidly.
So, Here's the
evening.
thing: we're gonna want to go probably check out that goblin tree, but we probably don't want to do it tonight. We probably need a rest
No.
before then.
Let's take these guys into the sheriff,
Yeah, I was thinking we gotta keep them somewhere so they don't squeal on us.
Mhm.
or we tie them up here and have the sheriff come and get them.
you
There's
can
too much risk
keep them
there. I feel
underground.
like.
6 feet under is pretty secure. I guess.
Well, we probably want to. Nice. We probably want to take some pains to disguise them, bringing them into town, so it doesn't.
Mm.
No one catches wind of the fact that they've been captured and have probably talked.
How far away is town from here, Tony? How far away?
I
was
believe
it?
not far.
Okay, so could we get
I
there
think-
before?
I think we-
Could we get there and deliver Wiggletoes before the charm person wears off?
Probably not quite.
Okay.
I think
a couple
it's like
hours.
I think
it's
it's
a few
it's,
hours.
it's an hour.
yeah. I think I said it was at least an hour walk.
Okay.
So and you've got
They have more
less than
spell
an hour.
slots,
I do have one more spell slot for that.
and if we're planning to take a long rest anyway, you could.
You could also, I mean, let me say, you could convince. I mean, you can just. I mean, there's many of you.
We
You
can
can
miss her to keep.
We
quiet.
can tie Wiggletoes up at some
Yeah,
point.
that's true. Might
Yeah.
have to. Okay. Yeah,
I
I
can just carry
Wiggle,
it
wiggle,
wherever.
Wiggletoes. Let me show you a magic trip here at 2 minutes before the
yeah.
charm
Would you
wears
would you
off.
just like to wear this gag? I think it would look good on you.
What- That is Dan. Dan, I do not know how you talk to work acquaintances, but that is.
That is
I'm
not
calling
illegal.
HR. Yeah, Dan. It's your listeners. It's really important to know Dan works at home.
For good reason.
Yeah,
It's true.
Hmm.
All
Well,
right.
wait, there's so much negative Dan character building in
Yeah.
this game today. I'm so
Today?
sorry.
You should have heard the game we
Well,
played yesterday.
that's-
You were there.
I was there.
She
Lex
wasn't
said-
listening, though.
Lex said I should be meaner to you, and no one has given me a new command since then. So I don't know.
Stupid 3 laws, Tony.
yeah, what are you to do? So why don't we say the 6 of you reconvene? Wiggletoes is just hanging around. Illinder will say has been tied up just to make sure he doesn't wander off.
Yeah, I'm still
And-
riding him though.
Yeah. All right. So Diendo rides Illinder over to the group huddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pull his hair and make him go different directions.
And so the 6,
Like
So
Yeah,
Ratatouille.
you,
let's say we're in Ratatouille.
yeah. Why don't the 6 of you convene and come up with your plan, and then
Does
we'll
anybody
do
have a
that thing.
chef's hat large enough to contain a halfling? Because that would be perfect.
Say chef's hat of holding.
Yeah, that's called a normal size chef's hat.
So I think that the correct course of action would be tie them up, take them back town, deposit them with the sheriff, get a good night's rest set up bright and early tomorrow for the goblin tree.
I will just mention, Dungeon Master aside, the only reason possibly not to do that is Wiggletoes and 10 goblins have gone out to a meeting and are presumably not returning. So that there is potentially some advantage to operating now. The disadvantage might be is that a full night's rest may make you more prepared for.
Yeah, I'm at half hit points
even-
and almost out of spell slots. So
Yeah,
So-
I think we need the
Oh,
rest.
we
quick.
could crash here, and somebody can keep watch to see if somebody comes to check on
Yeah.
the goblin party.
that's
I'm-
also true.
Pretty solid. I haven't lost any hit points or anything, so I
Yeah, I
don't
agree.
need a rest. Yeah.
I've got full hit points, but I've used my second wind and my action surge. So
Yeah, I've only
I'm in a
got
bad way.
I've only
both
got
of
one
which require a
inspiration
short
Either.
rest.
and 2
Yeah.
spell slots.
4 hit points, no
yeah.
hit dice.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
I-
not good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna need to rest. So the
Yes.
question is mainly just do we want to do it here or back in town? How far is the goblin tree as she's shown it on the map vis-a-vis here and vis-a-vis the town?
Let's say it's another. It's probably basically an hour for. I think town's an hour back. The goblin tree is maybe another hour into the wilderness.
Okay, so let's probably want to hang out
Th-
here.
this was probably
Yeah.
roughly a halfway point between
Got it.
town
okay,
and goblin
for
base.
the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say maybe
I know this is the dumbest question ever, but why doesn't one of us just go deliver these two idiots and then come back? And I understand that's whole splitting the party thing, but if you guys just nap and I take them back, how bad is that?
Well, I mean, if you need a rest still,
Yeah,
just
you
have
need to get your.
I only need a short rest. I'm full on everything else.
I mean, it's an option. I just don't know if it buys us anything we need because
I'm not sure it does because if they're tied up, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys, if you want to do, I think what Guy suggests is totally reasonable. If you want to do that, just so you don't have to worry about logistics of prisoner transfer, which is, I know what we all signed up for Dungeons and Dragons to do. So, guys, I hope you have your paperwork ready.
Yeah,
So-
my spreadsheets are set. I'm ready to go. Process. I
frankly,
got a fresh pen.
QRS is fine just leaving them here tied up with the assumption that we will get to the tree before they get loose.
Yeah.
And if they
Yeah.
get loose, then we will have dealt with the real problem by that point.
Ollie, there's
Fine,
also
okay.
always there's always the option of just you leave people tied up with the idea that you come deal with them after your adventure is over, or if you die, they're not your problem. So-
That's fine with me. I just want
Yeah.
to know what the. Okay, good enough for me.
All right, so let's set a
Okay, so-
watch. Take a
Yeah.
night's sleep.
I'll take first watch.
Right.
Unless somebody else really wants to, but
I mean, I don't need to rest right now. Like I don't have any healing that needs to be done, or hit dice or anything. Like I'm 100% set. So why
Show
don't you
off.
take your short rest and I'll just hang out with my buddies and.
All right.
Wait, is anyone taking a long rest?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
we need
good.
Diendo needs to for sure, and I could use
I'm
it as
doing
Yeah.
well.
that as well.
All right.
Okay, so
Sleeping
you're
time.
on, Damia, and I'll go
Yeah.
nap.
Yeah.
All right. The night passes without incident. After an hour, Wiggletoes does remember that she hates all of you, but at that point, I believe she's tied up. Ellender does kind of whimper the whole night since he's still concerned that you might murder him. And the Ivy Church does smell like fresh goblin corpses, which is not great. But, it's relatively peaceful, and there is the sounds of the woods and nature all around you. You awaken early in the morning at dawn, some of you feeling slightly more restored, others of you, I don't know, whatever it is that you're feeling. The same?
Nice.
I don't know. Storytelling.
Weird.
Yeah. So Wiggletoes is tied up. Ellender is tied up. Can we just assume that they're tied up like back to back?
Yeah, naturally.
yeah.
Like Indiana Jones and his dad in Last
I
Crusade.
mean, but see that didn't work out.
It worked out great.
for-
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think they should be like tied separately, and like 6 feet apart.
All right, fine.
Social distanced.
Yeah, social
Yeah.
distancing
Yes.
with
Kind
masks.
of like the idea of giving them one file, tying them back to back, telling them our entire plan, and then leaving. I think that's probably the best.
That
thing
will be
to do.
no issues.
Challenge accepted.
All right. What's next, adventures?
Off to the Goblin
To
Tree.
the tree?
Tree Town. Population us.
All
Woo!
right.
Party.
Just consult some things here.
All right. And I only get half my hit dice back for a long rest, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember if it's round down, up or down.
So I've got one.
Yeah, you go.
But you are
Better
at
than
full hit
0.
points.
True.
All
That
right.
won't
And
last.
I've got my healing
Yeah.
stuff back though, so that's good.
All right. So you head further into the wilderness following the crude map that Wiggletoes was happy to provide to you. It is important to note that Wiggletoes is second in command of a goblin tribe. She is not a cartographer. So it does take a little bit of time to kind of navigate things, but you feel yourself going deeper and deeper into the woods. Perhaps somebody with some kind of nature or survival attunements may want to help navigate as you set out in search of the giant tree known as the Bearded Man.
I don't know why I have my character modeled after Oliver Queen, and his survival is 0, and his nature is -1.
Not
Guy
modeled
spent
well
5
enough, I
years on an
guess.
island.
Well, he got a lot of takeout from Hong Kong, is what
That's
they
true.
do. So you're between, yeah,
I've got +3 survival,
Oh,
All
nice.
right,
but my unicorn lights aren't on, so we'll see what that means.
yeah.
for my
That's
rolls. 'Cause this is the first
so.
roll.
Give us a survival roll.
14 plus 3 is 17, so not
That's
horrible.
very good. Yeah, no, that's great. 17 is great. Anything above 15 is really good. So Thamia kind of leads the way as you are kind of. Seems like the goblins did not really keep trails so much as just travel over the rough terrain, and Thamia is kind of leading the way, clearing brush, pointing out places where it's easier to climb or harder to climb, and helping you get there. Does anyone who maybe is inclined toward nature want to help with getting you in the right direction as you attempt to head deeper into the woods and interpret Wiggletoes' crude map?
My nature's a 1. Anybody got better than that?
I have -1.
A -1.
I'm 0.
Why did you guys go into the woods? You guys are going to die.
All right, I'll roll.
Diendo, what do you got?
It's -1.
What?
Wait, Linnell, what about Linnell? You're
Intelligence
an elf,
is not
right?
my strong suit,
Okay.
but I'll try anyway.
Linnell,
You
do you have
never know.
you have your nature? How's yours? My God.
Yeah, it's an 8. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
2.
I
All
mean,
right.
I'll try.
Hey, maybe we
I'll-
end up at the bog and we can explore that a little bit.
I think
I'm
if it-
okay
I think-
rolling too.
Yeah. In fact, you are quite lost in the woods and wander around for several hours. You are certain that you have passed the same tree multiple times, and in fact, you know that you are as you reach what appears to be the edge of the forest, and what is clearly a bog.
Oh, no.
Nailed it.
So we get to see the map at least. That's nice.
That's why he was hoping that we would roll poorly.
I did prep a map, so
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can get
that's
to see this map.
Yeah, it's always a bad sign.
You can see this map, and then you can be like, "Well, we're going back into the woods. That's where it's supposed to be." So, can you see the swamp map?
Yeah, it's very swampy.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate my work. What do you do next?
Great job.
You somehow stumble out of the woods at the edge of a swamp. You know that you're actually closer to White Sparrow than where you started the day. There is the ruins of a sacked and looted caravan, half submerged in the swamp, within sight of where you are on the edge of the bog. I'm going to use swamp and bog interchangeably. This is going to cause me to receive some mail.
It's a swag.
Yes.
A smart party would have had Wiggletoes lead us there,
Ooh,
but
smart
Mm.
party.
that's not us.
Yeah.
Well, let me-
and
let
she
me-
also
She would
really
have.
doesn't like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the charm wore off.
That can be
Let-
fixed.
Let me just check. What is the highest intelligence among this party?
10?
10.
I have 15.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Wait, so what's your nature?
It's got to be at least +3, right? Or +2.
Intelligence? I have 8 -1.
Oh yeah, I have +2 nature. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh.
well, a little bit better than +1.
I'm used to Elevor being
Yeah.
the nature guy, and so it's weird to.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right. So you arrive at the swamp. You appreciate that Tony built a swamp map for you.
We
Um,
do.
So appreciate it. It's beautiful. Well done. I love it.
So swampy.
Who put
Yeah.
the swamp in the
Swampy.
swamp?
Oh.
Does anyone want to roll a history check on this swamp? Guys, I'm really milking this swamp.
Yeah, let me roll history.
Yeah,
4.
I got 16.
Woo!
I got 16.
Q Yaris, you know that at one point this swamp was presumably distinct equal quantities of water and dirt that have since in the intervening time mingled together.
That seems high for a 4.
to create mud. I mean,
And a 2
whereas-
nature.
yeah. Whereas Linnell, you have heard stories of the swamp near Rosethorn. Not near Rosethorn. Near White Sparrow, you have heard of the swamp is rather unsafe, and that there is even the site of a creature known as Teblex the Troll, and that the people of White Sparrow give this swamp a good deal of space whenever they're traveling in this area.
Would
Why?
one say
Like
this
the troll,
swamp
a
is
golem?
little boggy?
What was that? Sorry.
Would one say this swamp is a little boggy?
Yeah, it's a little boggy.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also made from equal parts water and no.
Um, travel companions, you should be aware that there is rumor of a dangerous troll in this area. And so we should be on the lookout for that, and perhaps also bear traps, because there could be bear traps lurking any place, including the places
Always.
where there are trolls.
Maybe we should do a nature check to make sure we don't run into this dangerous troll.
I will roll a nature check.
The worst part is when this troll just likes getting into arguments with you and provoking you. It's
They should put trolls on. They should put bear traps in Twitter. I think that should be a whole new feature.
13 on nature.
You feel like if you were to venture further into the swamp, you might be venturing into the terrain of Teblix, the troll, Linnell. It is relatively easy to, trolls usually live in caves. And part of that is that trolls smell terrible. So you feel like you would have a pretty good sense. It's hard to tell, there's a lot of swamp smells already in this area, but it feels like the smell of Teblix might give away his presence.
Well,
and you could just
ask Teblex if the goblins left a forwarding address. He could direct us to their new place.
You could also just turn around and walk back into the woods and make better nature checks to get to the bearded man.
With a 19 perception, do you think I could have? I mean, I'm sure I'm not going to see sort of scent clouds or scent trails in the air, but something similar to scent trails in the air that give a little bit of insight into where sort of a path of where the troll might be versus where we are as we're looking through.
As you're looking around, Linnell, you spot the telltale signs of troll tracks. They are distinctive by their large footprints in the mud, the small bits of animal carrion that they leave as a trail behind them, and the wafting smell of decay. They seem like they head south.
Okay. It appears the troll
looks like this troll was probably checking out this caravan at some point.
Gotcha.
Sounds like my apartment after all this pandemic stuff.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, after all this pandemic stuff.
Yeah. It's my excuse, Tony. What do you want?
At some point recently, it appears the troll was here, rooting around in this caravan. So we should be aware of that, but it doesn't appear to be here right now and seems to have headed south.
I say we don't go south.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, wait. I mean, what's our objective? Like, how bad is this?
The tree.
Sure. Sorry. Yeah, I know that. But do we have
Okay.
a greater objective of like slam evil? Is that
Yes. Slam
the
evil
goal?
is our move.
Yes.
Is this thing evil, or is it just like
Do we wanna
eating
hurt
little
the troll, or
animals
do we
and
just...
basically
I think
being harmless?
Time may be of the essence in getting to this Rosethorn guy, since
All right. Okay.
Rose has been away. So
We
Yeah.
can always circle back for the troll later if we
as
feel
lovely
like
as this swamp map is, and
I
as much
know,
as it
it's a
entices
very
me to
nice
explore
I
swamp.
it,
know. I just want to dance like a butterfly over all of these stupid bear traps. I want my revenge on the bear traps.
Dance like a butterfly, sting like a bear trap, eating a butterfly. All right, so it sounds like some of you would prefer to just head north back into the woods. Perhaps you would like to make a
Into
more
the
successful
woods.
nature check to navigate the woods.
I would love to do that.
Yes. Please.
Will I? Don't know, but I'll try.
I will try to help. We can
All right,
I would love that.
that means you have advantage, Linnell.
All right. Then we'll do
Diendo
one.
helps by being quiet.
A 16. A 16 nature.
That sounds better.
All right.
Much better.
You guys are more focused now that you know where the swamp is. That helps you kind of orient your bearings a little bit, and you figure out that Wiggletoe's map had some serious scale issues, and you head back into the woods, heading
Into
deeper
the woods.
in search of
Into
the bearded
woods.
man.
Go. We have
Into the
to
woods to
into
grandmother's
the
house.
Several hours have passed. It's solidly, I'd say, early afternoon at this point, as you arrive at the center of the woods. Towering above the surrounding forest stands the formidable ruins of the bearded man. The long bare limbs of this gargantuan dead tree stretch out for hundreds of feet. A webwork of dead white vines hang from its trunk like a beard, and a ravine opens up at its base where huge twisted roots have collapsed to form a moat filled with brambles.
Should
a
we
large-
be seeing this?
Is there
a large crack at a dead tree base lead into the hollow core. There is not a picture of the inside of the outside of the tree.
Okay.
How dry is this wood?
Dry enough.
I love the way
Dry
you
enough
think.
for a tinderbox?
I love the way you think. Just burn the whole place down.
I mean, hard to say. I mean, it's a very large tree. Imagine something like 10 times bigger than a redwood tree. This is some serious.
Imagine a tree. Now imagine it 10 times bigger.
Guys, imagine a tree. Imagine a big tree.
It's too hard.
Imagine harder, everybody. Zoom out. Just take a step back in your imagination.
Okay, so it's the tree at the end of Avatar.
Yes, it's the tree in the end of Avatar, but kind of spooky and dead,
Not
right?
The
Not the
last
good
Airbender,
Avatar. Not the good
or
Avatar.
are we talking about the blue people?
Yeah.
Bad Avatar.
We're never. Is it? Oh, I'm never talking about that one.
Yeah, I know. I was just to be a jerk, but yeah.
Giant tree, huge branches. You can probably see it looks, if somebody lives in this tree, like this is like a skyscraper among trees is what I'm saying. So you could start a little fire in the basement, and it's possible that years from now it would inconvenience people living in the upper branches.
Yes, because burning the bottom of a tree will not affect people at the top.
Nope,
of the tree.
not at all.
Not for a
Trees
while.
That's how it works.
Trees best burn from the top down. Trust me. Don't trust me. Do not test that at home.
What is the temperature at which one must burn a tree in order for it to fully burn?
Erica would know.
And how does it relate to bones?
It's higher than 541, 440, whatever it is.
451?
Are we talking
451.
Celsius or Fahrenheit now?
Fahrenheit. That's Fahrenheit.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
You know what? You guys have intelligence of average of 8. I would love to spend 7 hours as you attempt to create a fire.
Just firebolt. Come on.
Fire seems like a wisdom thing.
Yeah.
I believe the classic example is intelligence is knowing how to make a fire, and wisdom is knowing not to make a fire.
Not to make fire. Yeah.
Oh, well.
So your challenge is here. It does look like there's this large natural kind of cave in the core of the tree, but there's basically like a moat full of brambles between you and the entrance to that cave.
Can we scout around the moat and see if there's any alternative access to
You
this?
absolutely could.
How
Do
about
you
some-
want to do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could, but should.
Also,
sounds
brambles
like a
seem like
terrible
they'd
idea.
probably burn too.
Yeah, but it will kind of tip our hand too.
It will. Yeah.
Yeah, that gives us away. Whereas we have 2 people that can disguise themselves very easily.
I still look like a
Uh,
goblin.
Yes.
Let's be
Do you want
honest.
to
It wasn't. It wasn't.
myself as a big tree? I don't know if I could do that.
No, can you be fire? Can you just like run through as a flame, disguised as a flame?
Yeah.
And be like,
I think that's a little tricky.
Linnell, could you embody the concept of fear? It's
Let's save
Actually,
the
if anyone
brambles
can
for when we get
embody
into a
the-
fight.
The
Sorry.
concept of
Okay.
fear, it's Linnell for sure.
Yeah.
So Ollie, would you like to do some scouting around?
Yeah, I'll scatter around one way, and
Mhm.
I don't know, somebody else, probably more competent, should go around the other way.
It is a very big tree. It would take a while to circumnavigate the whole tree, but you could do that if you were committed.
Okay, can I do the first quarter of an arc?
Yeah,
Such that I come
just so
up
you
on
scout the
one
area?
side?
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Okay, what's my perception?
I'll go around the other side too. With a 14.
Yeah, baby. 6.
Wow.
Roll that 6.
It is, the woods are just so beautiful this time of year,
I'm like,
Ollie.
there's totally trees. There's
Yeah.
like trees all over the place.
Yeah.
There's a big tree in the middle.
You are really appreciating both the forest and the trees. is what I'm saying. Thamia.
Yes, I got a 14.
All right. Thamia, you're scouting around to the other direction. Thamia, as you're kind of creeping around in the woods, you notice that there are at least a few goblins standing guard in the branches above you on the other side of this moat. Looks like they're sentries and they have bows and arrows. You notice a variety of ways you could potentially try to cross the moat. It looks like the goblins have like a very crude, bridge is a generous word. Somewhere between one plank and bridge that they use to cross the moat, that would probably be a little bit precarious for creatures larger than goblins, which are most of you.
Not me.
Yeah. There's also a few places where there's some vines that one could potentially swing across the moat as well.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm going to say that you do notice that there are goblins watching the moat from
Question.
the branch above you.
Do the sentries look like they would burn?
What temperature do goblins burn at?
452.
About 35 degrees.
52. Yeah.
35 degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the
They're
ambient
very
temperature?
flammable and inflammable.
Yeah. These are, did I forget to mention these are fire goblins?
And we can make any goblin a fire goblin. It's,
Yeah, we can make any halfling a dead halfling.
Well,
so-
I still look like a
Whoa.
goblin. Should I try to like swing my way in and tell them that Wiggletoe sent me?
Yeah.
a swinging goblin.
I wouldn't
Sure.
mind that. That'd be
That-
an interesting thing for you.
We can
Yeah,
tell them we've got
a
some more
good tester.
recruits.
I mean, Wiggletoes immediately knew that you weren't part of their clan, so
That's true, but I'll concoct a story.
can you make yourself look like Wiggletoes?
Ooh.
Or,
Wait,
or one of
wait.
the many dead goblins that's not
I-
coming
Right.
back anytime soon to ruin
I
it?
honestly-
yes,
I
yes, I
feel-
can.
I feel like that's more dangerous simply because you
I
won't
don't
be able
know
to
enough.
answer basic questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
What's your
here's a
name?
thought.
Wiggletoes.
Maybe-
Ask me anything else, and I'm right out.
Here's a thought. Maybe
Wiggletoes
run in-
literally told you her name, rank, and serial.
Oh,
Right.
I'll just
Whole
say that to
backstory.
everyone.
Yeah.
maybe run in as one of the lesser goblins and let them all know that there's been a massacre at the Ivy Church and a bunch of them should run out and deal with it.
That's a good idea. I like that.
And then maybe we'll clear out some of the goblins that are in there.
I believe I did name several dozen goblins back at the
Yes.
other one.
That
Names
is true.
like
Wait.
Spikefoot. You could be
Did I write him
Spikefoot today.
down?
Toe wiggle.
they are listed for me in the adventure. This adventure, fantastic adventure, provides a list of goblin names, which are delightful. I believe I read them before, but
yeah.
I'll read them again.
Yes, please. do.
Dan, Streak, Stain, Grobs, Court, Yellowfoot, Glung, Yav, Dimvit, Nord, Sleels, Wanax, Jit, Spikefoot, Bibs, Cogs, Strort, Grievax, Cosnard, Chucks, Chipper,
Osnard.
Miles, Rowe, and Top Hat.
I feel like you should.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I
top hat.
remember
I'm
top
100%
hat.
top hat.
So
No, I feel like you
just-
should either be Streak or Stain or possibly a combination of both. Not
I,
sure how
I
that
really
works.
think that like we should just all agree right now. We should form a covenant that if we fight Stain, we don't kill him.
I
He's
have
had it
bet-
tough.
It's
had it
been
tough.
too much.
I
Being
bet you-
treated like garbage. It's not his fault.
I believe you murdered Stain last night.
Oh,
He
Top-
is
Top
definitely
Hat
now a
known.
stain.
Dan, I think you could probably infer what Top Hat's signature accessory
But
is.
he
Yeah,
would
you
be.
would
I
be
can't
top
duplicate that, but I can be like, they even took my top hat.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your plan?
That's,
Team?
I mean,
I like
don't
that
Yeah,
mind
I think that
plan.
sounds good.
Especially if we can get the goblins to run away to go help.
Yeah.
at least some of them.
Yeah.
All right, I will.
These
All right.
ropes that can swing across the moat, are they secured on their side or is it like
There's
accessible?
some on either side. They are. Let me just say,
Okay.
it's unclear if that is their intended. I don't think that's their intended purpose.
Okay,
But that certainly could be done.
got it. So it is.
And is there
it-
is
we,
there a?
we,
And
Sorry, go ahead.
no,
we
I
don't
was
need
just
to
gonna-
capture those ropes in order
No.
to be able to use them.
Right,
Okay, sorry.
I-
Go ahead, Kathy.
the sentries, are they only located around the little, for want of a better word, bridge?
Yes.
Okay, so the rest of the area
looks-
around the tree are.
It looks
is-
like there's a good half dozen sentries watching the entrance to the cave, which seems to be the main, if not, or perhaps only entrance into the inside of the tree.
Okay.
So what
I'd
is
Do you
like to hide-
suspect it's
hide
possible
somewhere.
that there is an equivalent structure on the other side of the tree that I missed because I'm a dum dum?
It seems unlikely that they have built
Okay.
a symmetrical tree.
So what is the
Okay,
end goal
great.
here? If I can get them to leave, are we just going in? Do you guys are you sneaking in after that? Like what's our full plan here?
Yeah, if you can get a lot of them to leave, then we can come inside and not have to deal with as many of them.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. All right, I will transform myself to look like Top Hat. I will sort of stagger across the makeshift bridge as though
All right.
I have,
I would like to hide somewhere in the vicinity in case something goes sideways. And
which it
and
will. You mean when?
Seems-
When?
When?
Seems inevitable. All right, QRS, give me a quick. It's going to take a dexterity check to get across the bridge without falling into the moat full of brambles.
Is that something in particular or just straight up dexterity?
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Yeah, dexterity or acrobatics.
Let's do an acrobatics.
While he's
17.
doing that, I want to knock an arrow just in
Yeah,
case anybody.
That I just always be knocking.
Okay.
AVN.
AVK.
Uh,
Alright.
oh, Is knocking
Wait.
spelled with a K or
It's an N. It's an N. It's an N.
Okay.
I just
N.
learned that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Nocking.
I just
Okay.
learned that watching something with
All right.
captions.
So, Top Hat stumbles acrobatically across the plank over the moat of brambles. I'm just gonna let's see.
Look a map.
We're gonna this is going to be heavy theater of the mind, people.
The mine.
But
I'm still trying to imagine a big tree.
It's really hard.
the tree that you're imagining, but bigger.
Bigger.
There are tokens in the bottom left corner of the map, if that's helpful for you. A goblin swings down on a rope, very Robin Hood like, if Robin Hood was a goblin, and kind of approaches you, Top Hat. QR / Top Hat. You see several other goblins drawing a bead on you from the branches above. Top Hat, are you okay, friend?
No. We went to the meeting with the elf, but I think he double-crossed us. There were a bunch of guards there, and I barely escaped, but the paddle is still going on. We need to rally as many goblins as possible and get back there and save our friends.
You need to rally as many goblins as possible and get there to save your friends. What an idea. What an interesting plan. Is it going to be at all convincing? Surely Tony will ask Dan to make some kind of bluff or performance check. Is everything going to work out great? Are they going to send the goblins scurrying so they can run into the base uninterrupted? Or is this all going to explode in all their faces and they'll all die here without ever meeting Rosethorn for answers to questions such as that? Tune in next time to Total Party Kill. The end. Bootleg live stream. We are going to take a quick break. We're going to do more Dungeons and Dragons. The first thing that is going to happen is Q Yaris is going to need to make a check. Q Yaris, you're figuring out what that check is going to be. All right. People, feel free to get up, stretch, grab a beverage, snack, whatever you need to do, and we'll re-go in 5-10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Hello.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, one of the Dungeon Masters here on Total Party Kill. We are continuing our Rosethorn adventure, the one with the goblins, where our adventurers are investigating a series of strange goblin raids on caravans. What great adventures they are. Allow me to introduce them in a non-significant order. Starting off, it's Steve Lutz.
Oh, wow. I was just about to take a drink because you never introduced me first. This is weird.
He did.
And
say-
yes, clearly I do.
He did
Yeah.
say it was an order of insignificance.
Oh.
It's not quite what I said.
Oh, my mistake. My mistake. I must have heard something else. That's-
So as you may or may not have heard, I am Steve Lutz, and I am playing a halfling monk who goes by the name of Diendo Fat Rabbit, because that is his name.
Indeed. That makes sense. Story checks out.
Mhm.
Next up, it's Dan Morin.
Hello, I am playing Cuaris, the bard who is currently disguised as Top Hat the Goblin.
Also joining us, it is Guy English.
Hi, I'm playing Oli McRegent. I am a human fighter male, and I like to shoot arrows at stuff.
Kind of sounds like you deliver mail.
I do. Honestly, that would be a better career than stomping around in the woods getting bear traps stuck on my leg.
There might be a pension in that one. There is no pension in stepping on bear traps.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah.
Bear trap.
Yeah, at least if there's a beware of dog sign, I know to take it a little easy. You know?
Also joining us, it's Aline Sims.
Hello, I am Lee, the Air Genasi monk.
Next up, it is Kathy Campbell.
Hello, I play Thamia, a Goliath fighter.
And last but not least, Micah Sargent.
Yes. Last time I said I was a half elf. That's not true. That's what Elevor is. But I play Linnell, the high elf.
Oh, yeah. Those are at the diametric ends of the elf continuum. One is literally 50% elf, and one is 110% elf. So, yeah.
Oh, I thought a high elf just was like really into pop culture.
No, high elves are all snooty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right?
So they're-
fancy.
We're on
Fancy
those
elves?
designer drugs.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They're the guys that walk into the dispensary and they know like exactly what they want, and they're going to argue with the
Yeah,
sommelier of pot to figure out exactly what it is that they need.
precisely.
Wow.
Oh,
West Coast.
Hey, it's legal in Canada, so
It's legal in
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's legal in
There you go.
Massachusetts. I'm still not cool though. Anyway.
no, it doesn't make you cool or not. Anyway,
Look,
whatever.
I'm just saying.
The joke shouldn't be out of bounds. Is all I'm saying.
I'm just
Anyway,
saying.
Let's go on.
Dan Morin and I have played a lot of Ultimate Frisbee. A lot.
I love how he dragged you down with him.
Yep, that's what I do.
That's-
All right. So, Q Yaris, you have led the way. Our adventurers stand outside a giant, massive tree deep in the forest that appears to have been retrofitted into a goblin stronghold. There is a natural cavern. Did I forget to introduce somebody?
I wasn't sure.
Oh, okay.
He just wants to
Were
ruin
you-
your flow.
Were you passive aggressively saying I didn't introduce you?
No, I
He
just
was
wasn't.
first. He was first.
See, that it threw me completely off. You can't do that. to
And
me.
also, when we wrap around the bum, it's Steve Lutz again.
He was
that's how I know you got the complete list, because you introduced me, and I'm always at the end.
Not always. Literally not always. We just lived this. So mainly I do that because you're interrupting everybody else along the way. So
And I've done it again.
I'm just saying, apparently that's an uncorrectable problem.
Hey, we should play some D&D at some point.
We should anytime now. Anyone else want to share anything about drug culture before we do that? Lots of people avoiding eye
Can we just
contact with
put
their
like?
webcam.
Can we just put like 3 little birds playing in the background of this one? Is that possible?
I don't understand that.
It's a Bob Marley reference, man.
Okay. Got it.
Remember Ultimate Frisbee? Not
Yeah.
the same.
Not
no.
well.
Hey, yeah, if you remember Ultimate Frisbee, you weren't actually playing
You're
it.
doing it wrong.
So
Okay, let's get to what the good people paid us for.
good, paid. We can agree on
Paid?
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. all very serious business. You have found your way deep into the woods to the huge ancient tree known as the Bearded Man. It's an old tree that's hollowed out. It's kind of wrapped in some white, weird-looking vines that give the face kind of like a beard-like quality to the outside of the tree. There's lots of holes and crevices in it, and you can there's kind of a face there. Q Yaris has crossed the moat of brambles and is conversing with one of the goblin sentries under the guise of being Top Hat, the goblin, a goblin that is murdered not 24 hours ago by you. Q Yaris, you have approached the goblin. You have made a story about being under attack and needing reinforcements. I introduced a dramatic cliffhanger and said that you need to start off by giving us some kind of roll.
All right. I assume this will probably be a deception roll. Question is, given that I appear as Top Hat, would that help my roll in any way?
Sure seems like you should have advantage.
All right.
Well,
Let's roll.
and is it technically deception? There was a massacre.
You know what?
Technically telling the
Currently
truth.
going. It's still going.
Let
Let's
me
lawyer
give-
this.
Let me give some advice out there. I'm not addressing my filthy players. I'm addressing current and future dungeon masters. Whenever a player says
Also
technically, they are a king of lies. And in this situation, Steve, take your headphones off for a second. In this situation, Steve Lutz is a lying liar who sits upon a throne of lies
A whole
that
throne.
dishonors all of us. So,
And we're
Yeah.
back.
Very nice things
Yeah.
he said about you.
Wow,
Yeah,
those
I'm
were
sure.
some
So
incredibly,
nice.
incredibly kind words.
yes. So
Can't let him
yes.
hear that.
I'm sorry,
for sure.
I missed it.
Yes, this is a form of deception because you were trying to get them to do something. Everything you said is a lie. Your whole image as a goblin is a lie. Everything about this
I
is a
feel
lie.
very at home, though. All right. Deception with
Yes.
advantage. I rolled a
But technically,
26 and a
Tony.
22.
Nice.
Whoa.
Well done, Dan.
All right.
Nice work, man.
This goblin who needs a name. You did murder most of my goblins that were already named. So
Can we not call him
this-
Stank
This is
again or
Flopshoe.
Squeak?
Flopshoe. His name's Flopshoe.
I was gonna
Top
call
Hat Junior.
him. I was gonna call him.
He's not
Bard.
related to Top
Um,
Hat. He just calls himself
yeah.
Top Hat
You
Junior.
don't know.
Daddy. You came home. I was so worried.
Oh no.
Um,
Oh,
All
God,
right.
I feel so bad now.
you know what? Cannon.
No!
Yeah.
I can't believe they haven't met since Dan went out for cigarettes at one time. Freaking bad.
Oh man, do not, kids. If someone offers you a goblin cigarette, pass.
Don't
Yeah,
do it.
Just, you know what?
Oh my
You
god.
are hanging out with the wrong kind of people. Call your parents. Is what I'm saying.
If
So
someone offers you a goblin cigarette,
top-
you're probably already in prison.
It's true.
Hi, you've been offered a goblin cigarette.
We're doing great. Good job. Good job. team.
really gonna wrap this one up this hour, no doubt. So Top Hat Junior says to QR, "Father, I was so worried when you didn't come back last night. We didn't know what happened to you and Wiggletoes and the rest of the tribe. I should go tell
fine.
Rose.
Why?
I should go tell Rosethorn right away. He's been awaiting news.
Yup, do that.
All right. Top Hat Junior starts to scurry into the large cave in the Bearded Man. Another goblin.
Now you've made this child complicit in your deception. Just
know.
point that out.
Another goblin drops down from the trees to follow him, and he kind of waves to you as if you should follow them.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Is this
See ya.
just podcast aside? Is this the plan?
The plan was to make them leave.
Right. This is missing like
How many sentries are left here?
I will say that there are 4 sentries left.
Okay, so too many for you.
What are my odds generally of sneaking across that bridge and sort of?
All right, so back on the other side of the moat of brambles, Ali, Lanel, Qyaris, no, not Qyaris, everybody but him, Diendo, Lee, and Thamia are hiding in the underbrush not too far away. Probably you couldn't hear the conversation, but you could see them. So you see Top Hat converse with two other goblins. One of them looks a little. He's wearing like
a little top hat.
a little top hat. Kind of pinned in place over one ear. Yep.
Like a
Made of
bowler hat. He's got a
construction
bowler hat on. Yeah.
It's made of construction paper.
Yep.
I'm
Saddest thing ever.
constantly berating the members in the members Slack for giving Tony ideas.
But
And then I gave
This
Tony,
one's
I-
on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Flop shoe doesn't sound like such a bad name now, does it?
Yeah. The horrible ideas are coming from within the podcast this time. All right. And two of the goblins and QR/Top Hat disappear into the darkness of the cave.
Okay, so we've still got 3 sentinels. Like
There
hanging out.
are four
there was
goblin
4,
sentries
yeah.
that you can pick out. They are,
Oh, that guy.
you can just kind of, it's, they're kind of moving in and out among the branches, guarding, lurking. They probably have pretty good cover, but there are 4 of them. There are 5 of you. I'll give you a chance.
They're on the other side of this moat of brambles.
Yeah.
Is there any way?
And they're like up in the branches.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have an idea. We have Linnell disguised as a goblin, one of the other ones that we killed, and said, "Hey, come help me with another goblin," and then see if that gets them off of the other side of the moat. Because all of
Goblins
these
all the way
tricks are
down.
great. Yeah.
How many times can you guys disguise yourselves as goblins?
Let's
Well,
find
mine's at
out.
will,
And
and,
mine is I'm a shape changer, so
Yeah.
I can just do that whenever.
yeah, I've got it at any time as well.
I'm adding to the map.
Maybe you
to
could be
represent.
Spikefoot.
So Dan, you could just stay that way forever. That's
Dan could just live like this.
I'm a changeling, so I
Mine
can
only
just,
lasts an
yep.
hour.
nice.
All right. So, do you have a plan? Well, I was just figured we'd cut back to you before we cut back into the tree and see how QRS is doing.
Right.
My plan would be to try to follow him quietly, and yet I think it's cocky to think I can make it through all of this.
All 4 of
sliver
them.
With, I've got a +2 on stealth, but I'm still not feeling that I can really just walk past them all at this point.
Plus, I don't like splitting the party that much because,
Right.
and
We're,
all
we're
5
happy
of
to
us.
peel Dan off, but the rest of
Right.
us should stick together.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
I'm more
yeah.
comfortable that he can continue his facade in a way, whatever.
I'm going to
Um,
live
You
with
want
the
it?
goblins now.
I mean, I guess you guys, the 5 of you have time to have a very, very brief, hushed meeting, cowering inside bushes. Do you want to give them 5 minutes before you go in?
Okay, hang on. Red alert. There we go.
All right.
Here's my plan. We spread out. We try to take each of these goblins down in one shot with a surprise. Would that give us advantage if we're shooting from a surprise position?
I'm going to say they have pretty good. It's going to be
cover.
hard to do that. They have cover and they are standing guard. And in fact, now that people have arrived, they are all awake and trying to look like they're doing their jobs.
Okay, so does that give us even odds, or like do we
Yeah.
get like decreased odds of being able to?
I think they're going to have advantage to various things because you will have disadvantage because they're going to be in cover.
And I don't have, excuse me, I don't have any ranged attacks.
Mm.
So anything you want to do at a distance, I'm out.
Okay.
Basically.
yeah,
you have
I
any-
like,
I have darts, but
That's okay. Do we have any area of your attack?
I think that was the problem we've had.
Yeah,
in the
I don't
past.
think we
Yeah.
are well
I don't think
equipped
we
for
do.
that.
Yeah.
It's okay. The other group, Adventure Group 5 that I've been running simultaneous to that, they sent a bunch.
Melee.
They're all like wizards and like artificers, and basically they sent like a mashup of like AV club theater kids and like one band kid. They have nobody who can take a punch. There was
That's right.
So we're all the jocks. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, you guys are
Basically.
yeah. So
So I want to see if we can get them on this side of the moat so that Lee and I and probably Diendo can get more close in and get that melee attack. Because there's pretty much zero chance of us successfully sneaking past them unless we go around to the back somehow and like swing on vines over. But then we'd still have to get onto that hole to get into the tree.
I think it would take too long too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we want to be following
Fast.
Cuaras.
Let
Yeah.
us let's
Yeah.
go back. While you're figuring out what you will do. Meanwhile, inside the tree, Top Hat Junior and I'm gonna name this other goblin Fard are leading Top Hat / QRS deeper into the tree. QRS, are you happy to follow along for now?
Nice tree you guys got here. No, nice tree we've got here. Oh, crap.
All right.
It's going
Feel-
great. Good job.
Feel free to move your token along. So you move down kind of a narrow crevasse that then opens into a huge cavern that is kind of throne room like. There is a giant
No, we're in,
embossed logo
we're in
of the
Canada
Brownleaf
now.
of the Brownleaf tribe on the floor. There's kind of like a fancy lacquered leaf worked into the floor. This is a huge kind of natural cavern. It's kind of in some places kind of hard to see both the ceiling and even the walls, depending on because it's not very well lit. There's a few flickering torches. You sense there's probably some movement in the various branches and alcoves above you, Qyaris. But the most thing that grabs your attention is there's kind of a central giant stone platform with a crude throne placed upon it. And there's a hooded figure sitting upon the throne, its eyes blazing with fiery light. Top Hat Jr. Approaches the throne. I'm going to suspect that you probably do as well.
Sure.
TPJ.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. This was
Pardon me,
not
Inspector.
how I expected this to go.
Top Hat Jr. calls out to the creature on the throne. Rosethorn! My father Top Hat is back. He brings news of Wiggletoes. All eyes are on Top Hat.
My
Just
lord.
remember, he's the smartest guy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. If I can fool him, we've got it made. My lord Rosethorn, we were attacked at the meeting with the elf Illander. The caravans from White Sparrow. They must have figured out our plan, and they sent guards and the sheriff to arrest us. I managed to barely escape, but if we want to save the rest of our tribe, we need to go there immediately.
The glowing eyes kind of pierce through you, Qyaris. Give me a bluff check for that lie that you just lied to me with.
Technically, Tony.
Am I on normal
Yes.
or advantage still?
You can roll. I'll give you advantage.
27.
Wow.
Critical success.
Nice.
Holy moly!
Wow, you can
I
feel
lie
like
like I was born to it.
yeah,
These are
you
the
feel like
bluffs of chance.
a little warm under the collar, but no one is the wiser, I suppose. Those eyes pierce down at you, and the voice echoes throughout the hall. This is a good day for you, Top Hat. You have earned yourself a promotion. You are my second now. How many
honored.
survivors? Who was there? Give me details.
I do know some of the names, so I list. I saw Wiggletoes. I think she might have been captured. But certainly Spikefoot and Stain are no more.
Stain. Poor Stain.
Stain under the bus. I'm not sure how many more. We attempted to flee into the woods, but we were separated. I came back here to report immediately.
And the eyes stare down at you. You are the only one to have returned so far.
It's possible that the others were rounded up while they were in the woods. We attempted to flee, and I had to take a circuitous route to get back here, which is why it took so long. But it's possible some of the rest of them are hiding in the woods. But reinforcements would seem like they might be in order.
Give me another bluff check.
Am I still on advantage?
Yeah.
Just wait until I
You
fail.
got Lil Top Hat backing you up. That's got to help.
I would go well with
Oh,
revenge
no.
rather than reinforcements.
Sorry, I rolled twice there by accident.
I'm gonna take the first one.
Okay, so that was a 20.
20?
The first one.
Yeah. All right. The eyes stare down at you. This is an unexpected development. This is not how I saw my plans unraveling.
You and me both.
Top Hat Jr., see to your father, gather some troops, it'll be necessary to send out some search parties, but we must reinforce the base. Who knows what information the weakest among us may have divulged to these townsfolk.
Dang it.
Are we not attempting to rescue them?
I must think about this plan carefully, Top Hat. You know how I act.
Of course.
Have my decisions ever led the Brownleaf tribe astray?
Never.
Look at us now among our glory. Do you want to go back to living in a swamp? That is the old goblin way of doing things. We live here in the majesty of nature now, rich in gold that I brought you.
Question, Tony. Is Rosethorn is a goblin? Do I discern anything unusual about them?
Would you like to roll some kind of check?
I would love to roll a perception check to see.
Goblin check?
Goblin check.
Mhm.
That should not have been with advantage, so.
Oh.
It's a 4.
It's 4.
I got one. Gob.
So a 4 on a perception check? Yeah, you don't know anything. Somebody with glowing eyes is talking to you.
Creepy.
I don't think you have any reason to suspect that Rosethorn is not a goblin. He has been identified as a goblin.
I haven't seen a lot of goblins with glowing eyes, so unusual.
No, this is unusual. How many goblins have you seen sitting upon thrones inside giant trees?
Well, one, including this.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
We do know. Wait, I'm not close to you, but
Nope.
we do know that he's.
I mean, emotionally, you are, but.
Oh yeah. Sammy, I love you, but yeah, he's a magic user. We know that.
We know he's a spellcaster, but we don't know. Unusual. It's still the glowing eyes thing.
It is
a little weird.
It is. It's an extra level,
Yeah.
right? So
It's a little extra. That's right. Okay, so are they
So-
sending me off with Top Hat Junior?
Yeah.
Is it just the two of us? Do we have a moment alone?
Yeah,
Father to son?
I'm gonna say that Fard scampers off to make arrangements. They are gathering some search parties. It does not seem like there is a ton of goblins. I mean, you all fought 10 goblins last night. There's maybe another 10 distinct goblins that you see running around this headquarters, Cuyaris. So it seems like you have done a significant destruction to their tribe, which may be in part why they are reluctant to send the remaining half of their tribe out looking for the other half of their tribe.
Okay.
So yes, there is a moment alone.
Okay,
Listeners, tune in now for a moment with Top Hat and Top Hat Junior.
I put my hand on Top Hat Junior's shoulder and I say to him,
Father,
son, I thought this life was a good one for us, robbing caravans, becoming rich, living in this wonderful tree. But I now realize the dangers inherited it. I have seen our comrades fall, and it makes me concerned for you, my son. I would like you to go far away from here, to carve out a new life for yourself, away from the dangers of this place, and to live and truly experience life. Please, will you do that for me? Your father, as my last wish for you before I possibly fight in battle again. I'm making a
take your friends with you.
Definitely making a persuasion check on that.
I was making a persuasion check. Yep, with advantage.
15.
Is Top Hat Junior like a toddler?
How old is this kid? Is he like 5 or is he 15?
Sending an infant out into the woods?
It is. You know what, Cuyaris? It is hard to judge goblin ages. Their height.
He was working as a sentry. He's not like a toddler.
He can't be a baby.
Yeah, his voice. It's hard to tell. His voice is a little raspy, but maybe that's just because he's a goblin. I think I've got Top Hat Junior pegged at solidly between 12 and 14.
Okay.
So
so
a little young.
So child
little young.
soldier is what we're talking about.
Yes.
All right. Okay, we're not killing this kid. I don't know
I'm
how
trying
you
to
guys
save him.
I'm just gonna point out, you guys did not check the driver's license of all the goblins you murdered last night. So Top Hat Junior looks up at Top Hat with kind of tears in his eyes, and Top Hat Junior says, "Father, there's something I always wanted to tell you.
Okay.
I don't want to attack caravans. I've always dreamed of being a plumber.
That is a noble profession, my son.
I want to fit pipes. This is what I want to do, Dad.
Go
I don't want to do this.
Go forth and fit pipes with my blessing, my son.
I just, it's like I haven't had the money to scrape together, but I was thinking we rob enough caravans and then I could pay for an apprenticeship and I could get out of this life.
I'm
but I was
carrying
afraid
my
you
money,
wouldn't
so
approve.
I will.
You just seemed You just always seemed really into the caravan attacking.
It seemed very safe when we were first starting out, but it's clear to me that there are consequences to even what seem like the safest of actions, and I would rather you live a life of safety and security somewhere else than possibly to die in battle, certainly. So here, son, and I press a couple gold pieces into his hand.
All right.
And I say, good. I will hope that I survive this and I will be able to come see you someday. But if I do not, you must know that I always loved you. You are the most important thing to me.
Top Hat Junior embraces you.
Yay!
Dan gets inspiration. Dan gets inspiration.
Yeah, Q Yaris gains inspiration. Top Hat Junior takes a couple steps away. He looks at you over his shoulder and says, "Battle really changed you. You still love murdering people, and you hit me all the time too." And
I was wrong.
and Top Hat Junior walks away from the goblin encampment to a better life. 1 goblin save, 30 more to murder.
Call Top Hat Junior and Wormfoot. They'll clear your drains for only 25 gold pieces.
Meanwhile, back outside the bearded man, the growing group is impatient and perhaps concerned, since it has now been probably a little while since you've seen Q Yaris descend into the bearded man, flanked by some very fearsome looking goblin soldiers. One of them wearing a small top hat.
We don't see any activity or
Nope.
no.
The four goblins are watching with their beady eyes up in the trees around the bearded man, keeping close watch over the entrance.
So if we had some kind of a diversion to
exactly. My suggestion is I run out there, I shoot arrows at people, and then I run away.
But they all have ranged attacks, so they can just hang out on their side of the moat. We got to get them on this side. I still think Linnell calling for help and having them seeing if we can get them across the moat.
It's worth a shot.
Would be our best chance.
I agree with that. I also think they're dumb. So I'm not sure which way is the best way to go. But yeah, if we want to do the mystical thing, let's go. If you can
draw their attention, a few of us can probably get across the bridge while they're distracted and at least get within range of them.
Yeah.
The other thing we could do is Linnell could take one of us across as a prisoner. Just follow where we saw QRS go. And then the 2 people could attack from behind.
That's a really good idea. I can go and do that because can get hit more. I guess.
Goblin Linnell could probably carry me in a bag.
Well, wait. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a couple of our bruisers.
I have taken small beings in a little pack before. I'm okay with Diendo in a little buggy backpack.
Yeah.
Let's take 2 of our best brawlers, put them in the back, and then have them, when they meet the guards, say, "Look, we just got attacked right outside. Go get them."
Okay. Wait,
and then
so the bag part,
as everybody floods away from them, that group can at least join up with Dan, and the rest of the group can absorb a lot of the damage coming at us. But while our group is split,
I will mention there are
also split.
Yeah, there are also vines. You could totally, if you wanted to get over there, it wouldn't be that hard for several of you to swing across on vines. It might be more dangerous than walking across a bridge, but that would be one way.
I'm very good at acrobatics. I'm trying to work as a team member right now.
Okay.
I'm also pretty good at acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm good at acrobatics.
Got so many.
We got all a bunch of tumblers
+1
here.
to acrobatics, but I got
all of you. Yeah, we get it. All of you were great on that one day in gym when they made you climb the rope. So,
if I'm gonna play a role, I'm gonna play a role, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're just gonna swing over there and beat some goblin.
Good.
No,
I'm just gonna run.
No, I think some combination of this is the winning move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always better to make a plan more complicated. That's never gonna work.
No, it's not more complicated.
No.
Drawing people away while assaulting the place is a great move.
Guy, it's important that you understand part of my dungeon master technique is that I heckle you regardless of the quality of your plan.
Right. Yeah. We're going to get heckled, period.
It's a tactic. Don't take it personally.
All right. Okay. I got it. Yeah.
So it is my understanding that you want Linnell to become a goblin and attempt to get some of those goblins to come across the bridge to our side.
Well,
Is that correct, or
we
is
could do that.
incorrect?
My idea was Linnell takes one of us as like a captured prisoner
To the other
across
side.
so that we can flank, basically.
And then the other ones can swing across as need be. That might
Right.
work if
I think
Linnell
that's
takes
good.
me because my
Yeah.
athletics isn't as great.
Okay,
So,
Linnell
Is it
will-
fake prisoner or get help?
It's fake prisoner.
Those are
Linnell-
literally the only
Acknowledge.
two plans.
It's
We're
Hans
not doing get help,
Chewbacca.
Tony.
It's not
Yeah.
Thor.
Oh, whoa,
Fake
Dan,
help.
Dan,
Thanks.
we have a third plan, Tree Inspector. We've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 55 years.
I've got, you know, an extra
broad
like,
range of-
uniform with a name tag and a hat.
Yeah.
I'm here to check your foundation,
We've
Yeah.
expected
This-
a lot
this-
of things.
This
check your
thing
pipes.
lousy with termites. We are gonna
Yeah.
get this fixed up for you.
Ooh, exterminator. Let's play exterminator.
The goblins outside don't know that
Kind of what
Stain
we're
is
doing.
dead, so Linnell will become Stain.
All right.
And then Thamia, with our abundance of rope, I will
Yes.
tie your hands behind your back.
Wait,
You-
whoa,
you
whoa,
may
whoa,
have
whoa,
chosen-
whoa,
This is a
whoa.
great picture. This is a great
Yeah,
picture.
you
You're
may
telling
have
me
chosen
Stain, the
least-
tiny goblin, is towing the Goliath? There's a
Yeah, that's why I
plausibility
was
issue.
recommending you just carry me across in a bag if we've got a big bag.
Okay,
You did
so see,
choose
that's,
the-
we have to
the
come to an
largest.
agreement because I've
Okay.
heard
Yeah.
that we want to take Thamia across, and I've heard that we want to take Diendo across. Who do we want to take across?
You're,
Yeah, Dando
you-
probably is.
if you take the endo with a bag, you need to leave the wolf on the other side because
So it doesn't eat the chicken.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, take Diendo. I'll just when it's time, I'll just go and I'll run across and take whatever
be
hit I
fine.
get.
Okay,
hit.
cool.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Linnell holds open a bag and says, "Ready, Diendo?"
I'm glad we had a halfling-sized bag. So,
I assume. Well, I assume
why are
it
you
was
bringing
just.
that gigantic bag? And I was like, I don't know. It'll come in handy at some point.
I assume it was Illander's go bag, right? It was
Yeah.
just- yeah. Didn't we
That's
discuss
rocks
it being
out
halfling
first.
size? Yeah.
That just explains a lot about why you have not wanted to really bond
First
with
of
the
all-
team. They're like, they've got a bag the size of me
yeah.
all the time.
Halfling in a bag is a
How-
delicacy.
How can I? Yeah.
All right.
How can I
So-
trust them?
Linnell, you are hefting a halfling in a bag,
Yes.
and running up, looking like you chose Stain was who you chose.
Yeah, make sure you get into
Yeah.
character as Stain.
Yeah, I'm Stain,
goblin.
and Linnell knows Goblin, the Goblin language, so
Oh, you
Mhm.
better.
he walks across, and I'm just going to keep walking across.
All right. Two goblins swing down from their hiding places. They drop down on these vines, and they say, "Stain, are you okay? We heard about what happened to Top Hat and to Wiggletoes."
I barely escaped with my life, but I am happy to say that I am honoring our tribe by having claimed a prisoner.
And they look at the bag expectantly.
Be careful, this one's wily.
I
One of
heard
the-
that.
one of the goblins, let's call him Glibclez. Glib.
It's not.
All right, Steve, better goblin name, please.
Pretty sock.
Oh, I thought you were calling it
Klez
Steve.
Glib.
Klez Glib. Klez Glib goes to open the bag and look at Diendo.
Ha ha! Diendo springs forth and punches some butts.
Okay, Kleb Giz goes, there's a victim in here, just like I thought. All right, so I'm going to say that, Diendo, you get a surprise round. Go right now.
I
Cool.
want a surprise round 2 on the other one.
Linnell, you get a surprise round also.
Yes.
And it appears that there are two fellows.
There are two goblins standing here thinking that everything's great. There are two other goblins lurking in the branches up above.
All right. So can we say that I'm within range of both of them since
Yeah, they're right there. They came
All right,
right up to you.
put me right there.
Thamia, Ali, and Lee, why don't you roll initiative and think about what you're going to do when it's actually your turn?
All right. So I will first take a shot at the goblin to my south with a spear.
Mhm.
That is a, where's the pluses? That is a 17 versus AC.
Yep, AC of a goblin is 15.
Marvelous. That will do 7 points of damage.
All right, goblins have 7 hit points. So
Nice.
you whack him solidly in the face. He hits the ground like a pile, like a sack of halflings.
Okay. And
the other goblin is very startled by all this.
I will remove my spear from his body and rotate on my heel and unleash a fury of blows on the fellow to the east. So that's 2 unarmed strikes. 15 and a 24.
They both hit.
Wait, let me make sure that's the plus is right. Okay, yeah. So, and those are both D4s, I believe.
Remember, goblins have 7 hit points.
Yeah, okay. So that first one is worth 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
And the second strike, well, it's got to be more than that's another 5 points.
All right. From across the moat of brambles, you have seen Diendo jump out of a bag, spear one guy in the head, and punch another goblin twice in the face. Linnell, everything's going according to plan. There are 2 goblins lurking in the trees above you.
I mean, can I see one of them?
Yeah, I'm going to say they have cover, but you can see them.
All right, sweet. Then I think I will do...
So the important thing about cover is that I believe you would have disadvantage on attacks that attacks against them, but if you were doing some kind of spell that requires them to make a saving throw, it doesn't help them, right?
Okay. Well, then in that case, I will point at one of the creatures, and let's say the one to the right of me on the map, so way up on the right. And you can hear the sound of a bell.
Oh no!
The target has to succeed on a wisdom saving
Is
throw.
it sonorous?
It is a sonorous bell.
Oh yeah, the best kind.
Actually, I'm sorry. It is not a sonorous bell. It is a dolorous bell.
Dolorous
Ooh,
bell.
that's even worse.
Even better.
The goblin has rolled a 4.
That is definitely not going to save. So we're going to do... I wish I could do more than this, but... Oh, 10. That's good. 10 damage.
Yeah.
That goblin falls out of the tree and lands on his neck.
That's good. We like that. Does it
All
take
right.
any falling damage?
Well, I mean, he was. Linnell, you feel confident he was dead before he hit the ground.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I'm going to roll initiative for the goblin. The one remaining goblin, there's only one conscious/alive goblin left. He rolled initiative of 18. Did any of you roll initiative higher than 18?
No.
I will roll initiative. I didn't do that. No.
Okay. Ollie, did you roll an initiative?
Yeah, sorry, I put it up there. It
He
came
rolled a
out to a
6.
grand total of 6
6. All
with
right.
a +2 bonus. So I'm serious.
All right.
Way to be prepared, guys. Did you guys
yeah.
start having a tea party while we were walking across the bridge?
Yeah, I think maybe they were surprised for how effective they were. They all had shots lined up on people that you then murdered before they had a chance.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah.
Well, that goblin is going to run and disappear into the branches. Because he's going to take the hide action as a bonus action because he's a goblin. They can do that.
That's
And
a double move speed, right? Like
Yeah.
they,
He's gone. You
I
don't know
can't
where
shoot
he's
that
gone.
guy.
No, I mean it would probably not. It would be a long chase.
yeah.
Dash away.
All right. The sound of battle brings another goblin coming out of the door of the cavern. He is wearing a small top hat. On top of his head that is filled with dreams of plumbing, dreams that you do not know about.
Tell me, mitochondria,
Is it still my turn?
Sindalar, what are you doing, boss?
You know what? I think it is Samia's turn, and then Linnell, and then Lee, and so on.
Wait,
Hey,
how
maybe
far
you
behind
could-
him am I?
I think you had a tearful goodbye back in the main area. He left, right?
You're a monster.
How much do we know?
I'm
about
a monster.
goblins?
You're a
I have done
monster.
nothing. I have done nothing.
I
to
just
this
didn't
goblin.
get to do anything. The guy ran away.
Don't shoot him. It's Cuaris. He's wearing a top hat.
Can we tell that this is a kid? Like, do we know that, or
He's
do
like
all?
prancing out, like so happy with this,
He's not. He's unarmed.
holding the wrench.
Yeah.
If he goes
Singing the
inside
Roto-Rooter
and tells
theme.
them that we've killed a bunch of gobos, that's...
I know.
I don't. Yeah. Well, so Qyaris, I assume that you had your tearful goodbye with Top Hat Junior, and then I don't know what you did. You're sneaking around the Goblin headquarters.
I was going to come back out and meet up with them, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where I left off.
All right, so we'll say that the two of you and Top Hat Junior are headed. So, you have slain 3 goblins. 1 goblin has run off. I was kind of trying to do this in initiative order, so the goblins were on 18, and we'll say that Top Hat and Top Hat Junior appear at the entryway to the bearded man to see the sight of Lee and Diendo standing over 2 goblin corpses.
I will grab Top Hat Jr. and say,
no.
"Run, my son! I will hold them off. Go!" When he's not looking at the rest of them, I just like.
Ollie interprets that as the hand signal for
not that.
He's casting a spell.
Shoot him. Yeah, shoot him down.
Yeah. Take care of him.
No!
Got it. No.
Which way is he going? Which way did you tell him to run?
Yeah, which way do you
tell? Like, I don't know. Like,
all right.
Yeah, south.
Top Hat Junior runs south into the woods.
Into the woods.
The grandmother's
Yeah.
house.
All right. You are all reunited again. Linnell and Qyaris are still in Goblin Guys. I'll assume that that was turns out much easier to kill several goblins than you thought. So I'm going to assume that Ollie and Thamia and Lee can all join you on the other side of the moat outside the goblin stronghold.
Rosethorn is in there, and he is a weird dude. So I think we need to go and take him down. I have an idea.
Oh no.
Plan?
Okay.
It's not so much a
going
plan
to?
as an opening move that will hopefully neutralize Rosethorn while we take care of the rest of the goblins, but there aren't that many of them here. It seems like we dealt them a pretty significant blow at the church.
Oh, that's good.
Fantastic.
How many Tony, can remind me how many I thought there were about?
I'm going to say you think there's probably about 10 creatures in there. Creatures.
Oh, great.
Okay. Well, I'll report.
Humanoid creatures.
Yes.
Hey, what's with the little guy you were protecting?
He was the son of Top Hat, named aptly Top Hat Jr., and he dreamed of being a plumber, my friend. I want him to see those dreams through. I'm thinking about composing a new song, The Ballad of Top Hat Jr.
Yeah. I wonder how many other goblins that you murdered were just looking to find a trade and make something of their lives.
We'll never know.
Makes you think.
What's done is done.
For questions such as these.
Let's really explore each of these people that you hurt as a person.
Linnell, do you think these goblin disguises suit us still, or have we, at this point, reached the end of their usefulness?
I will say that I am not in any way lessened in my power by appearing as a goblin, so it does me no harm to continue to be one.
I just didn't want to confuse our friends.
Ah, yes, that is a good point. And then Linnell unpoofs himself.
Yeah, I think Qyaris will also revert to looking like himself now.
So what is your plan?
All right.
I suggest if we
kick
can make
Tony
it into the
off
room,
first?
I can potentially, if it goes according to plan, I can potentially neutralize Rosethorn quickly. And hopefully the rest of us can deal with the goblins.
I say let's just do it.
Yeah, A, let's do it. B, how?
B, no, absolutely not.
How are you going to do it? Like, what's your...
With magic.
The power of song.
All right. Okay, I'm in. Let's do it. I
All right.
have no faith that you can actually do that.
Guy, just checking. Is this Lee has no faith in Qyaris, or Guy has no faith in Dan?
Thanks,
both.
Dino. Thanks, Dean.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah. Okay. Just
yeah.
checking in. Just checking in.
No, because I don't know. We don't have enough information on this guy. Like his eyes glow white, which freaked Dan out the last time he spoke about him.
It was weird.
And now we're like, oh yeah, I can totally take him out.
I don't think I can take him out, but
Well,
I think I
that's
can
nice.
neutralize his worst, essentially the worst of him.
All right.
I never rolled initiative. Tony, are we going back into initiative order, or are we...
I'll let you roll new initiative since you didn't do a very good job.
I didn't roll last time. I didn't roll
Wow.
initiative because I was on the goblin's turn.
So, what is the plan? You guys are just going to rush in there?
I think we should basically
fools
get to
rush
the
in.
yes. I think we should get to the entrance, trying to keep it as quiet as possible, and see if we can get a drop on them from like the entrance to this room.
All right.
Yeah.
I would like
give
to
me.
ready a spell basically when I can see Rosethorn, like when I get to the entrance of the room and I can see him.
All right.
I'm going to cast a spell. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
And we're all re-rolling initiative.
Yeah, I'll have you probably reroll initiative. And why don't you give me some stealth checks as you sneak into the goblin stronghold?
I got an 11.
21.
Ooh.
How's it going, Kathy?
I got a 5.
You know.
I'll stay in the back.
I
Oh,
got
no.
a 20.
Wait a minute. What is that 3 there?
No, I have advantage on stealth.
Oh, okay. Good choice. Guy has rolled a 17. I think Steve is away from his computer right now. All right. It looks like, let's see. Micah did really well. Guy did very well. Dan did okay. Aline, did you say a number? It was probably
21.
good, right? Okay. More than half of you are very stealthy, and so you're able to pick your way quietly up to the entrance to the Goblin Throne Room. Do you see where that is on the map?
Perfect.
All right. It would probably be extremely hard at this point to really get into this room and without being seen, I'm going to say, for a squadron of...
Can I ask why the
of
goblins
6
are sporting a
non-goblin.
maple leaf?
They are the brown leaf goblin tribe, so their symbol is a brown leaf.
Looks pretty red to me, but
The goblin Canadians.
Yeah. They have one.
We're going to talk about this after the show, Tony.
They have one. Hey, this is just the kind of quality maps and storytelling you get when you buy Fantastic Adventures from SlideForest.com. Also, but my understanding is that this group has won the Goblin Cup more times than any other previous Goblin tribe.
Yeah. I'm honestly not really.
Good sports
Canadian.
reference,
I'm
Tony.
sorry, eh? I don't.
Guys, I know all about sporting.
All the best sports.
All right. I am going to. Can I see Rosethorn?
What's your range on your eyes?
You want to take that one back and try again?
You can. All right. So you see into the dimly lit throne room. This is new for the rest of you, but you've probably heard my descriptions of it before. So it's kind of a dark and gloomy. There's a couple torches sputtering, big open cavern. There is this big leaf symbol kind of etched and stained and painted into the floor of the throne room. There's a big stone slab at the back of the chamber with a kind of weird rough-hewn throne upon it with a strange hooded figure sitting upon the throne. I think from here you probably can't see the glowing red eyes of that figure.
But I can see him.
You can see the figure. Yeah.
Perfect.
Wait a second. The last guy's eyes were white, right? And this guy's eyes are red.
I think I said red both times. I meant to say red
Okay.
every time.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
am
good.
going to cast a spell with a range of 120 feet, 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point I choose within range, which will be right on top. I'm going to have the back edge right on top of Rosethorn there.
Mm-hmm.
And that spell is Silence. Casting a spell within that 20-foot radius sphere, whether it includes a verbal component, is impossible, which is most spells. So, with that done, now I would suggest is a good time to have people who are good at punching run up and punch him or shoot him from afar. That works too.
I love it all.
I cede the floor.
All right. How about you all roll initiative? And I'll say that the goblins are not expecting you, so you'll all get a turn. That was Q Yaris's turn, and then I'll roll initiative for the goblins and have them join in. How's that?
Perfect.
I love it all.
Sure.
So I'm putting these in the initiative tracker.
So does initiative count as an ability check?
I don't think so.
It's based on your dexterity, right?
No,
It is.
you roll initiative and then you add your initiative bonus.
But your
It's-
initiative
Sure,
bonus
but
is
your
your
initiative
dexterity.
bonus is your
box.
dexterity bonus, so it's really a dexterity check, right? I asked because I rolled a 1, and I can re-roll. I can re-roll ability checks.
You know what? Steve the Halfling, re-roll an ability check. That is initiative.
That's a good question, though.
That's a little better.
Yeah, Dan can research this and tell us that we're wrong later. But
my take on initiative checks is that even if you get really low, that may end up being effective too.
Yeah.
I typed in is init, and Google came back with is initiative an ability check. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it is a dexterity.
They've got you.
The rules describe it as a dexterity check, so I would
All
say
right,
yes.
that seems reasonable. All right, who needs me to enter their initiative? Oh, why are there multiple doubles of people?
Why do I have Linnell?
Oh boy,
twice?
I don't know.
What did I do that? Linnell, which one's all right? I'm gonna delete
11
one
is
of them.
correct.
They were both 11.
I was mine's a 9, so you can delete the 8.
All right, Diendo, what do you have?
I got a 15, I think.
All right, Thamia,
13.
Lee,
12.
Linnell 11, QRS 9, Ollie 6,
No, 20.
20. Sorry, the
Ooh.
6 must have been last
18
fight.
plus 2, like not an actual.
All right, 6 was last fight. Got it.
Yeah.
So, and you all see yourselves on the map. It is a big throne room. You are all at the entryway. QRS, you've used your turn effectively already.
Yep.
You cast silence. Ollie, you are the next to have a chance to go. I see somebody is measuring. So, Lee, it looks like the throne is a good 50 or 60 feet from where you are across the throne room. All right. I will say, let's see. So, QRS, you know that there are other kind of goblins up in the shadows here. There aren't any other. The only visible goblin is, I think his name was Fard. The goblin that QRS walked in with is still kind of hanging out by the stone platform for the throne. Perhaps he was conversing with Rosethorn. So, Ali, what will you do?
Step 1 is I'm gonna move my guy where he. Whatever. That's where he is. I don't know. I was gonna try to move him to where he could have moved, given the thing, but
is it not working?
By the rules of combat right now. No. So I want to move him. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? 5 meters each.
Yes, 5 feet.
But
So you could probably move 6 squares. I'm guessing.
Yeah. What do you count diagonal? Do you count diagonal?
No,
You
just
can go
a
diagonal.
5 any direction you go.
Yep.
All right.
Serpentine.
Yeah. Let's move him.
Dan, that box under your desk. Hissing.
Does that feel good to you guys that I can move him up here?
All right.
We've got to get closer.
So Ollie, you
I know we have to get closer, but I'm trying to
You're good.
honor the
You're good.
movement.
Ollie, you head into the room, kind of following the wall to the east. Seems like it's going to be hard for someone to get up behind you. There are various alcoves in the wall above you. You can see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Does this uncover any of the map to my right?
Yeah, sure. I did a kind of roughshod job of doing that.
No. I just want to know. All right. Okay. Just so nobody's coming from like a door behind me or something.
No, they'd be coming from above you.
Right.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Welcome to the
Well,
dungeon.
I'm gonna murder this guy first. This goblin
This guy being
with a crossbow.
the little goblin that's standing at the dais, or the guy on top.
Yeah. I want to.
Can you reach the guy on top?
Just to be clear, I've stopped him from casting spells, but he could move out of that radius. So the sooner that we nail him, the better.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay, just let me know.
There's a lot more of these little idiots. Who? Wait, sorry. Okay, let's do like a sound check here. Who has better ranged options than I do?
Nobody.
Nobody. Arranged this up.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
first. You're the best.
Okay.
You're there.
Guy, your character that you made is King of Archers. Nobody has better than you.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to stop incoming flack.
Was that
hurting the group.
was that just like fishing for compliments? Hey, who's the best archer?
We got like a dark archer. We got like a Prometheus, but we only have one arrow, man.
No, I swear to God, it wasn't that at all. It was just like, look, I want to stop the most incoming flak as possible.
Yeah.
And
Well, see, let
it
me-
seemed reasonable. But if I'm the only guy that can hurt that guy right now,
Right.
You
yeah.
are,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That's like
I can
we can
too.
take.
Yeah, pour it on, though.
Good.
Pour it on. Pour as
But
much
yeah, we
damage
can
on
have
him.
more than one. Let's get rid of the big scary guy that we don't know what he is, because there's a good chance he's not actually a goblin. So we don't know what he can do, whereas we're pretty comfortable with.
Also,
what
if we
the
take out
goblins
their
can do.
leader, the rest of them may not
Also
be
true.
super
Cut off the head of the snake.
organized.
Dan, that is also solid advice for dealing with that box under your desk.
all right, okay. So how do I murder this?
Traditionally, you use a bow
Shot
and arrow.
through the heart. You're to blame.
You give the goblins a bad name.
Yeah, like
You give goblins a
Klebfizz.
bad name.
Guys, I'm just saying maybe only one of us is a bard here.
Yeah, that's
Even
true.
then, question mark. All right,
That's true.
still,
All right,
still
so
technically
I'm gonna shoot them in the face with.
all right.
Good plan.
Roll 1d20 plus.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
What 6?
That sounds right.
Yeah, that seems about right.
I'm so nervous.
6. Oh, it's not like this is gonna drop him.
I know, but
I love that you're whispering.
I don't want to scare the dice.
We should do the whole day just whispering. That would be the best. It feels so much more conspiratorial.
Yes.
I've let loose my arrow. And
All
I
right.
scored a 14, which is probably above the armor class, but maybe not.
Maybe not. Your arrow whistles across the throne room and lands right in the middle of the torso of the strange, hooded, glowing eye figure seated upon this stone throne, ensorcelled by silencing magic from Kuyaris the Bard. The only reaction that the creature, this hooded creature with glowing red eyes, can make is to explode.
I did
As
not
if-
see that coming.
As if the figure was built, assembled, created, entirely composed of explosive material. The figure seated on the pedestal explodes. There is a trail of fire that immediately rushes across the throne room and ignites the brown leaf symbol
Whoa.
painted in the center of the throne room.
Holy moly.
I'm sorry, Tony.
Thank God
I
we
thought
weren't
I was
that close.
playing Dungeons and Dragons, not The Last Jedi,
Ollie,
which I love. I really do love. but-
Ollie, you have a close up chance to for the explosion of fire in your face as the throne room fills with fire and smoke, and somewhere the cackling of an arrogant goblin named Rosethorn. Ollie, make a dexterity saving throw. Everybody else, get ready to make a dexterity saving throw with advantage because you're further back.
I'm
Good.
sorry, kids, but dexterity.
Hey, if it wasn't going to be you, it's going to be me doing it. So
Yeah,
Oh boy, did not see that coming.
21.
All right, Ollie, you flatten yourself against the wall. You get scorched for 7 fire damage. Yep, there's a lot of fire in this room right now.
I know.
I'm just gonna go down in initiative order. Diendo, how'd you do? Mathing?
is this a saving throw or?
Yeah, it's a dex saving throw.
Sorry, I was on mute. I got a 15.
All right, Diendo, you're fine. Any?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So
Diendo, you
the
so
people who are
fine, you so
far-
fine, you blow my mind.
Hey,
the
Dia.
people that are farther back, you need to get a 13, or you're gonna take some damage. Thamia, how'd you do?
20.
You're fine. Lee,
14.
that was 14. You're fine. Linnell,
But by like the 18.
you're totally fine. And Kuyaris, you rolled really high, right?
23.
23. You all kind of push up against the wall, hit the deck as smoke and fire pours into the room. That was unexpected.
Not for you, probably.
Yeah. Somehow it looks like that fire had been drawn before. Over that roof.
What can I say? Diendo, you're up next. Suddenly the room is full of fire and smoke and the laughter of goblins.
All right.
Gendo just wants to roast marshmallows and have a good time.
The fire. It seems like the brown leaf on the floor of the throne room was painted with some kind of combustible paint, and will continue to burn for a while.
Yeah, that seems like a thing. So there's one goblin in evidence. That's it.
There is one goblin that you can see. There is another goblin laughing somewhere. They do not seem to be the same goblin. There is the sound of scurrying all around you, suggesting many more goblins.
Is it possible to identify where that chuckling is coming from?
Yeah, you could roll something to do that.
Okay. What should I roll to do that?
I don't know, probably like a perception. Maybe dungeoneering, rope.
Roll rope for sound.
Rolling rope.
I got a lot in sleight of hand. How about sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Slide it.
We'll make it perception.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
It's a 7. No good.
You're not sure. It's hard. It's very smoky and it's echoing all over. So Diendo, you are standing looking into a room full of fire and smoke and thinking about going in.
Yeah. Wow. Doesn't seem like a good idea.
Does not seem like one of your classic good ideas. No.
There is one individual back here that I could kick. So maybe I will start heading back his way and hopefully not die of smoke inhalation.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a move of 35. So
You can even move twice if you're not going to attack.
4, 5, 6, 7. Well, do I want to do that? Maybe I do.
Are we still on a
3, 4,
surprise
5.
round?
I think so. Does that matter? It's only one action.
You could it's just that you could move all the way there and you would still get a chance to punch him before he could punch you.
You don't know what his initiative is yet.
Ooh, that's a good point.
All right.
All right.
There.
Ollie, you feel a breeze brush past you as a tiny halfling monk darts into the room. Everyone's measuring things all over the map.
Yeah.
Thamia, you're up next.
I know that smell. I'm
Yeah.
familiar with that smell.
Okay. So I can do a double move as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I want.
We're gonna have to go in sooner or later.
I know, but I'm trying to decide if I want to
I'm going left.
hang
I
out
was
on
thinking
the.
I would
Okay.
go left too.
Okay. Well
Yeah,
then.
I'm making you use the whole map, people. You don't get to fight in the doorway this time.
Dang it. Then I'll go right, and I'll hang out right there. Okay.
Somebody go right. We need to clear this room.
Lee, I think you're next.
Oh, sorry, somebody go left.
Yeah, I'm definitely going left.
Yeah.
Okay, so Linnell and Q, you're both going left.
Yep.
Yields.
And so, yeah, if there's Ollie and Diendo and I on the right, you could be on. If you want to go to the left, and we can split the room. And then we have 2 monks,
Oh yeah, good point.
one on each side,
A
Still
monk
waiting.
on either side.
Okay.
2 ranges, and 2, whatever Q would
Split and
be
control the
considered.
room whenever you can.
Mm.
Just it's the best thing to
Scared.
do.
But
Yeah.
I'm doubling my move and going to the left.
All right. Linnell? Oh, sorry.
Yields. I will. Let me switch my little movement there and do the same. Yeah, that's. Oh, let me roll a perception check for seeing if I can tell where the cackling goblin is making its sounds. That's +3. A 13.
You feel like you hear movement all around you. You can see that you're not sure where the cackling is coming from, but you do see that there are various alcoves around the room, and you see some goblins peeking down at you from up there. That's what you get with a 13.
Okay. I think that I will. I can see Lee and Diendo. Can I see Thamia? I don't know if I can see Thamia. That's up to you.
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay, then
It's probably hard. It's smoky.
into Lee's head, into Diendo's head, and into Thamia's head, Linnell says, "Be aware of the goblins that are perching on the platforms all around us."
Yeah. All right, and Q Yaris, I think you are last. You cast silence as part of your first round, but
So
you still have a move.
Okay,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get to about there.
Okay, so you have all rushed in various ways into the throne room. Things have not gone as you expected, for you did not expect Rosethorn to explode and the room to catch fire. But nonetheless, you have headed in to do battle with goblins to hopefully thwart them and find out what is going on. What is the deal with Rosethorn? Is he dead? Why did he explode when he got shot with one arrow? That's really weird, right? Like, that's not traditional goblin behavior. We can all agree on that right now. Will they survive this final confrontation with the Brownleaf Goblin tribe? Will this be where they die all in a tree, caught on fire, totally foreshadowed by Steve asking if everything could be set on fire, including goblins? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill. Thanks, Steve.
Sure. Glad to help.
All
At least I didn't
right.
suggest that the tree was somebody's kid.
Look, every tree is somebody's kid.
Yeah, every tree is,
All trees are the children of the earth.
Hey, I did not, I could have had Top Hat Jr. walk out into that, and Ollie would have skinned him alive.
Oh, yeah.
I would have. I really would have. I was about to, even though I said, let's not kill.
Well, and it was.
I knew that my character didn't know that.
Yeah, and I
would have murdered him. I would have murdered him.
I am so thankful.
And I would have had to give you inspiration for this because it's all Aline's fault.
Yeah. It's true.
Aline, thanks for joining the dark side. You're almost a dungeon. All right. Let's make a quick decision so we can tell the live. Are there people still watching the live stream, Dan?
Oh yeah, there's 8 people.
All right, quick vote. Do we want to play one more session today, or are we calling it and we'll have one final session later in the month or next month to conclude this adventure now? How are people feeling? We've done a lot of D&D already today.
I'm up for whatever Aline is up for.
I can do
I'm
another, I think.
I'm with Aline. Yeah, you can.
Okay, yeah, I think if one person says not up for it, which you should totally feel okay saying, we won't do it.
Please.
So it's not a majority. It's a we need everybody or we don't. So
yeah, no, I'm totally with Aline.
Aline, you sure? It's not a big deal to do another time if you're not up for it.
No, I mean rescheduling is a hassle.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I'm still hurting, but not as bad as I was when we started. So
Okay.
I would
Do
rather...
people want to take a 5-minute break and we'll do more
Yes,
D&D?
please.
All right. Livestream/bootleg. We'll be back in a couple minutes with more Dungeons and Dragons, perhaps the conclusion to this adventure, or at least the conclusion to these characters. So
one way or the other.
Well, it will end.
One way or another. Goodbye,
All right.
livestream. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
See ya.
Hey, live stream. We are back. I think we're going to play for another hour or so. This should wrap up, hopefully, the Rosethorn adventure, because either they're going to kill Rosethorn or they're all going to die, is how I figured it. Yeah. Everyone good?
Well, spoiler, you said we couldn't keep the characters after level 4, so
yeah.
Might as well go out.
might as well go out in a blaze of glory.
Literally.
Wait, is that true? Why am I still alive?
I did mention on the Total Party Kill Slack that I was thinking adventures would graduate at level 4.
Does graduate mean die? Is that a euphemism?
No.
That's what I understood.
I think they graduate from eligibility for these adventures because they're designed for low level. You could bring them back for something else, but and the rate at which I've been leveling people up is you level up half a level per adventure.
So
it takes
four out in a blaze of glory.
4 adventures to get leveled up.
Now you've superpowered me.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar. Hello, nerds. We are here to play. Hi, Micah. We are here to play Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing the Rosethorn mini adventure, one of the adventures from the Fantastic Adventures booklet put out by the Sly Flourish website. It's fantastic. If you enjoy this and are looking for some short adventures to play with some friends, perhaps online in our distant world or in a distant future where you're allowed to be in the same room as people, these are a great set of adventures because they're short and they're fun and they're self-contained and they have very lovely settings. So maybe check these out. So let me introduce our players. I'm going to introduce them in initiative order because we are joining them in the middle of combat. They have finally tracked down the Brownleaf Goblin tribe that has been attacking shipments to and from the town of White Sparrow. They have found the goblin stronghold deep in the woods in the heart of an ancient dead tree. They have dispatched some guards. They have sent one goblin off to a better life as an assistant plumber. And a fire has been started inside the stronghold because that's what happens. Somebody always thinks it's a great idea to start a fire. Allow me to introduce our players in initiative order. First up, it's Guy English.
I play Ollie McRegent, a fighter with a penchant, if you will, for shooting arrows into people.
Indeed you do. Next up, it's Steve Lutz.
Hey, it's me, Steve Lutz. I am playing Diendo Fat Rabbit, a halfling monk and butt puncher.
Also here, Kathy Campbell.
Hello, I play Thamia, a Goliath fighter. I'm big and I like to hack things.
Indeed you do. Yeah. Next up, it is Micah Sargent. No, it's not. Next up, it's Aline Sims.
What is this based on?
It's initiative order.
He said initiative order. Who am I? I'm Lee, the Air Genasi monk, and I like to brew beer.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we have already teased him. It is Micah Sargent.
Are you sure?
I am. I'm looking at your initiative. Your initiative is 11.
Micah's initiative is 11?
Yeah.
I only wrote initiative for my character.
The initiative to introduce my character, which is a Heil Forlock named Linnell.
Thank you. And last and least in initiative, because that's just how math works sometimes, it's Dan Warren.
I play Cuaris the Bard, who is known for rolling 9 in initiative.
That's what we always say about you.
That's what we always say about him. That Cuaris rolls a 9 in initiative every time. I thought Tony decided to be really nice to me, or maybe just give me the cold shoulder. No.
Nope. Just a Zoom blip.
He's giving you the silent treatment. I like it.
No.
I like to imagine every time that Tony Zoom blips, it's kind of like Infinity War.
Oh my god.
He's been dusted, but then he comes back.
Right.
Very quickly.
To the exact same time.
The fun thing about this is that this is probably going to be the 3rd episode in a run. And for us, it's all been in one day. And Dan has had a very bad day. Just decided to pick on Dan. That's all.
That's just playing D&D with Dan.
Right.
That's right.
That's the thing.
Right.
Seems pretty normal.
I'm a resilient person.
Playing with Dan, period. Not just D&D.
Just for the dear listeners at home, just don't think that this is what we do to them all the time.
But
Well,
Also,
but
with
it
the Dungeon
is.
Master, we can make our own
I kind of do.
Only because
I
we
kind
love-
of do. I really do kind of do. But
Yeah, that's a good point.
you guys
If
don't.
if Tony's gone,
if he's not back in 5 minutes.
yeah, we get to leave, or I don't know.
Well,
Am
we'll
I the
do an
next?
episode of Biff? Anybody want to talk about superhero shows?
Or am I the next
No.
one down on the list? Do I just automatically become Dungeon Master now? Is that how this works?
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
What is the order of succession? I don't think it might have to do with initiative, in which case you're a shit out of luck.
Oh,
my friend.
Yeah.
I think it's me. Then it's
Yeah.
me. I am now the
Clearly it's
dungeon
not me.
master.
Actually, the goblins are the dungeon masters.
Or does it go initiative after Rosethorn? So Micah would be.
Oh.
These are all
Maybe
possibilities.
Rosethorn is the dungeon master.
Whoa! Yes, Rosethorn is the dungeon
That was my
master.
So
Rosethorn
you're saying
impression.
Tony just exploded unexpectedly.
Yep.
Oh no! I can hear him cackling.
That's just Tony. That's just Tony. All right. Well,
I love your endo set, by the way, Dan.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm
I
trying.
really do.
I like to
Yeah.
add a little production value here.
Yeah.
Value.
I had to add a little
Value
production.
add.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I'm just waiting for the Ewok. I want an Ewok, please.
I like the Ewoks.
Me too.
The only
Yep.
one who likes the Ewoks.
No, hardcore me too.
it makes
Kathy
me
and
sad
I
that
are the
people don't
only
like
ones who
Ewoks.
like
Yes.
the Ewoks.
Ewok Adventure was like my top movie. We broke that beta.
It was too scary. Or was that the other one? I can't remember.
I don't
It
think
was
I've ever
pretty-
One of
seen
them
it.
was scary.
Yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
this was the least I think this was the least scary one because I'm not a big scary person. Like
The other
don't
one was
know.
Caravan of Courage.
You just play one and do you
Caravan of
remember?
Yeah,
Courage.
I just
yeah. I
but
haven't
I'm a
seen them in
nice big
years.
scary one.
You
That's
are.
an
a
incomparable
bumper sticker.
episode we should
Yeah.
be doing. Is
Yeah.
Scary, but I just play one
Wait.
instead.
So wait. How? This isn't public, right?
I mean, no, this is
Whatever.
literally live. We're literally live
Yeah, we're
right now.
literally
We're
live.
streaming.
All right. Okay.
There are
okay.
10 people
okay. So
watching.
okay. So whatever. I'm going to ask you live. When were you born?
Who?
Any of you? Any of you that were just talking about the Ewok movies?
82
Because-
and I think Dan was
All right. I'm 74.
Yeah,
So-
you look great for 74, guy. Let me tell
I'm
you.
actually 74 years old. That's what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tony!
Tony's back, saving us from divulging our
Indeed.
birthdays.
Tony.
I think you might be muted.
I can't hear Tony.
That's good. You could not hear how exhausted I was at guys' personality. My brain is
Woo,
great.
I'm off the
Guys-
hook. I'm no longer
guys-
the low man on the totem pole.
Personality.
No. I was gonna say, guys, identity.
Oh wow!
Identity.
I've been
identity
trying to
theft.
play with you for like a while now, and now
The gloves are off.
Oh,
now we are not
Going
playing
deep.
anymore.
I meant to say identity theft, and then I started to say personality theft, and then I realized that's not what I said. So I just said
Yeah.
personality,
Personality.
which was
It's
wrong.
it's not going to help you.
That's-
Welcome to
Oh
no,
no,
dude.
he's
Have I
flipping
lost
the
it?
M
again.
Nightmare.
Again.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, Tony,
Come back,
is your audio still with us? Because your video's frozen. Oh,
Tony,
rats.
come back.
Oh, I love that guy. It's no fun making fun of him when he's
So
not
many
here.
songs this session. All the
Just
same.
enough. Just enough songs.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
No.
Oh,
we should
he's
put
typing.
on that Leonard Nimoy album of him.
The Bilbo
Bilbo
Baggins.
Baggins. Yeah.
Yeah. Should I just pipe in some audio? Let me fire up the soundboard over here and.
Do 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 do.
So Kathy and I are about basically the same age, and I think that's maybe why we like the Ewoks, is because for me, that's what got me excited when my mom was watching Star Wars when I was little. It
Yeah.
was like the Ewoks were like it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
That
only.
was the most exciting
I'm
part.
literally like what 2 years older than you guys, so I'm about that same period.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
didn't. So here's the thing. I did not mean to make fun of that. I couched it as a joke, but I didn't mean
You
to
can
make
make
fun of
fun
it.
of
No,
it.
I don't
No,
care.
because-
Hey.
No, yeah. Guess what? Everything gets couched as a joke here. But I
Canadians.
no. I really wished I'd seen those movies. I was sort of prohibited from seeing them by my parents at the time. And that
Are there
yeah.
Do your
Did- were
parents
you,
hate
like,
Ewoks?
Was it a religious thing?
Like the
No,
magic
wasn't.
idea
It
of
was
it?
it was just a late at night thing, I believe. Like I
His
never
parents
got
are
to
Star
see,
Trekafarians.
Yeah.
I never
Star
got to
Trek
see them.
only.
I watched a lot of MASH growing up, and I never got to see the final
Oh.
episode.
Me too.
You hadn't seen the. Have you seen the final
I've
episode?
seen
of
it. I've
MASH?
seen it.
Okay.
I've
I was
seen
gonna
it
say,
since.
Okay.
But
if
my
you-
mom was like, "It'll be on in the summer."
I was
And
gonna
Oh
say,
my
if they
gosh.
let you watch MASH but did not let you watch the Ewok movies, I feel
Right.
like that is
That's exactly.
a.
That's
Is it weird that
That's
they
just good
made
parenting.
him?
That's
They
exactly what
made
happened.
him watch Max. They made him watch.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah, I was like way more hardcore than the Ewoks movies would ever be. Anyway, Tony, you're back now. Let's
Quick,
get
before you blip
Yeah,
again.
before you blip again. Yeah. Where are we? What's happening? Who are we?
Maybe he can't hear us. Oh my god.
I can. It's acting weird. I'm getting your internet connection is unstable message.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Same.
Um,
Hard
Are we gonna have
same.
to postpone?
I'm also unstable.
Oh, give me a second. I've reset some stuff. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just my neighborhood internet.
You're
Some of you
neighborhood
are frozen.
unfriendly
All of you are frozen.
neighborhood. We can
Yeah.
we can still hear you, Tony.
I love a guy saying unfriendly neighborhood when he's hanging out in an Ewok village. That's
They're
That's a
cannibals,
pretty-
guys.
that's a pretty
They're
unfriendly
cannibals.
neighborhood. Yeah, I know. You don't want to be there.
Also, the last time it blipped out, I was in the middle of a long defense argument where I had not insulted Guy. But,
Do you want
So
to jump
really,
back
the
to that?
internet
or-
is telling you whose side it's on.
I think everything's okay. Where should we pick up from?
Start again. Well, post introduction. I think.
So last episode
Yeah,
we won.
after introductions, I think we're good with intros, and then just take it from there.
Okay.
Pretend. Yeah.
Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, it seems like there might be a little lag.
It's still acting very weird. Let us see if this doesn't work out. We may need to scrap this and do this another time with better skies. All right. The last thing I heard was that QRS introduced himself.
That
So we're
was
up to that.
pretty much where we were. So that was the end of the intro.
Yeah. All right. So we've done that. So first in the initiative order is not Ollie McRegent, most initiative of the player characters, but in fact, team your enemies, your opponents here in the Goblin Stronghold. I'm going to attempt Goblin, and we'll see if it freezes, and we can't do this. Has it already frozen, and we can't do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, your video's frozen.
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
Oh boy.
Internet. Bad weather on
Aw.
the internet today.
Bummer.
Have you tried to adjust the rabbit ears?
Have you hit it?
Is the
something
receiver
Have you
stuck
butt
in the optical
punched it?
refractor?
Oh, he didn't butt punch it.
Reverse the polarity, Tony.
Just unplug it and then plug it back in.
That will never work. Have you considered running your
Aw.
internet through the deflector shield? It works.
No, it's
about
the
90%
deflector
of the
dish.
time.
That is the deflector dish. That's the thing that makes everything work. Come on.
Right.
Have you checked on the hamsters that are running the wheel?
He forgot to feed the hamsters again.
That's the problem.
Oh no.
That's the problem.
Yep.
You know, it's funny. A hamster just sounds like someone who's really into ham. Yeah, I'm a bit of a hamster.
I never ever think that.
And yet, now you will.
You know what?
Wow.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
You know what? I've never thought of that before either, but people
I
get
will.
into like
Sure, make
bacon,
copies.
Can't stop.
prosciutto, Black Forest ham.
I like ham. I guess I'm a
Smoked
bit of a
ham.
hamster.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a hamster. Like it works in so many ways.
I like
Yeah.
that shaved ham. It's good stuff.
Yeah, even like a pork hock, you boil
I guess that
that.
makes me a shaved hamster.
Oh.
Good night, everybody.
Naked mole rat.
I was waiting. I was
After
waiting.
dark.
What can Steve say?
I love that you are a character that I would just chase into the most buriest of traps. and I still think you're a complete dummy.
There
Are
was
we
a
married
compliment
now?
Buried in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think we should be. I really think we should be. There's a romance going on here that I think is legit. Yeah.
As Tony said, in one of the campaigns he runs for me and some of our friends in, IRL, as it were. Yeah, two of our characters got married as there's a ceremony spell, a cleric spell that lets you get a bonus if you like perform the marriage ritual. But now they've just like really embraced it, and so they call each other sweetie all the time, and like, oh no,
I love
after you.
it.
It's delightful. It's delightful.
That's amazing.
So,
Tony thinks.
Tony, how are you feeling?
He thinks that
Do
it
you
may
wanna-
be.
Do you want to hang out a little bit more?
He thinks it might be a issue outside the house. I'm checking currently to see, since we live in the same area, whether or not Comcast is currently doing work in our area, which they claim they are, but like they've also been doing that for, I swear to God, like weeks now, where I've
Forever.
had blips throughout the day, and they're like, every time I go to check, they're like, oh, we're working on stuff, and I was like, it is Sunday. You expect me to believe you really got your technicians out here on a Sunday? I'm skeptical.
Right.
Maybe, but yeah, are you guys in the same neighborhood?
Yeah, we live like less than we live like half a mile apart.
You still in? Sorry, are we live now?
Yeah, we are still live.
Yeah.
I will not give out my address along with my birthday.
Right,
I see
right,
what you're
right.
doing. I see what you're doing.
No, it stopped.
You want to talk about my mother's
Relaxing.
maiden name next?
Stop.
What?
Yeah. What was your first pet?
Yeah,
How
let's just
different
chat.
is your last
Let's just-
score of your social from Tony?
Let's just wrap. What do you feel like is, I don't know, your elementary school? Like, what was...
Wow, you're a terrible rapper.
It's like
That's also true.
Christina
No flow at all.
Warren lives pretty close to me too, and we like never see each other. We're always like, oh yeah, we should totally. Well, of
should.
course now we never see each other.
Yeah, I was
but-
going to say, I don't see Tony very much anymore either.
Tony.
Yes, that one.
Who? Which Tony?
So
I'm checking. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. So, unfortunately, I think we are going to have to
Done.
reschedule it. Sounds like there are some internet issues. Sorry about that live stream.
Thanks for hanging
Aw.
out.
Thank you for
and
hanging out.
This great
I
content.
rallied.
We appreciate it.
I
I
know.
know. But we'll have to finish this battle another time. Thank you all for listening. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And we will catch you when we do this next time.
another bat
Goodbye.
time, another bat place.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.